You're not recording this, are you?
Oh, no, it's all recording.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, no.
Well, that's how I do it. I just hit record and then we talk casually and then...
Okay,
hi.
since I know we're recording, I'll ask you both this question. Do you guys know why fucking Domino's stopped using the Noid to sell pizzas?
Is it the little...
Yeah, avoid the Noid.
Call Domino's Pizza and avoid the noise.
Ew.
Yeah.
Nate, do you know why?
No, I know about the Noid. I love
What's
the
the
Noid.
noise?
But do you know why they stopped using the Noid?
He was anointing.
No. So a very unhinged man with the last name Noid took some Domino's or Pizza Hut, whichever, it was Domino's, right?
Yeah.
They took some pizza employees hostage at a Domino's because he took it personally, saying that they thought Domino's was attacking him and telling the world to avoid him. His name was like John Noid or something. I swear to God, this is all real. And and he's like, I'm going to kill you all, but first you need to make me pizza. So these two people made him large pizzas.
This is made up.
I swear to God, it's not made up.
I believe all of
He
this.
made them pizzas, and while this guy was eating pizzas, they called the cops and escaped. So they captured him because he was eating pizzas.
So he didn't ruin them. He just loves pizzas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me look up his name.
Lord.
So marketing made
yeah.
this person. It was the other way. Marketing made the Noid. The Noid wasn't made from marketing.
Yeah, So
What's the noise?
Art
his
imitates
name was
life.
Kenneth Lamar Noid, and he committed suicide in his Florida apartment.
Jeez Louise.
How much time did he get for being the Noid?
They can't tell you their names. They can't tell you where they live, but in the mid to late 90s, these 5 teenagers can turn into animals to fight an invading army of evil brain slugs. 5 dumb teens are the only thing standing in the way of complete annihilation. This is Anamorphing Time with Nate and Tyler. Get your hand off my girlfriend, you yerk-brained bastard!
This is for Daddy. Make it like half the bottle.
Catherine Alice Applegate wouldn't want this. She doesn't want this. Blah, 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 blah.
And they're like, no, stop shooting at children.
Oh man, being 12 was weird. Well, welcome to Anamorphic Time with the Noid.
Welcome to Anamorphin Time with Nate Noid.
And Tyler McNorty, Noidy, Noidler McCarty.
Noidler McCarty. And special guest.
We have a special guest.
Special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Aleah. Love the pod. Love the
wait,
morphing.
Should we introduce? It's more polite to introduce the other person, right?
I mean, yeah, it was kind of a dick move to make her talk about herself.
Why?
We have a guest.
Normally, I pull that move when I don't remember someone's name, in a group setting,
And
oh, here's my good friend, and then I kind of gesture.
you can tell they're my good friend because of the way I hold my arms towards them.
People find it charming and endearing.
So this is Aleah.
Hi.
We have known Aleah a long time.
Yeah.
Since I was 17 and you were 8, you guys were 18.
You don't have to say the ages.
Yeah, no, ages are important.
If you're gonna tell our ages, don't say what happened
We
next.
have a 1-year power imbalance, so
Oh Lord.
We've all gone way back.
Yes.
So I know what you're all thinking, and I agree.
She's a woman. Yeah.
She's a woman. These 2 gross men know women.
No, that's why we got you on to protect us.
Please.
We had
Please
the one
protect.
woman once. It's fine.
We are going to be able to say every bad misogynistic thing we
Please.
ever wanted.
Please. I'm all women.
Shut up, bitch.
Okay, sir. I'll clean the dishes.
No.
No, that's bad, Aleah. Don't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
This. Oh, thanks.
No, see,
hey, is the
I
air
get to
thin
live
up
in the
there on the
clouds
high
now,
ground?
baby.
No, we've known Aleah a long time. We love Aleah.
Yes.
Genuinely, Aleah is one of the funniest, smartest
Stop.
people that I know.
Oh my God, thank you.
Published author. Aleah.
Published author.
A little. A little bit.
She's also making these hilarious videos on Instagram
Yes.
called the TNA Show.
Yes.
And we'll have links of her stuff in our
Oh,
description.
you're sweet. Thank you.
But genuinely, we've known you so long.
Yes.
We're good friends.
Yes. Love you guys.
End of podcast.
End of podcast. Longtime Animorph fan, Aleah.
Hi.
Oh.
So
Yeah, tell us
we
your
need
experience with
your
Animorphs.
history,
Okay,
with
well,
Animorphs.
history of Animorphs for myself. So back in the Roseburg days, we had Scholastic Book Fair. Now, we had Scholastic Book Fair. So, of course, I hated books. That's 100% true.
Everyone in
Still
Roseburg does.
Fucking do. I hate books.
Do you read books?
Nope.
Excellent. I mean, you read this book, right?
Yeah, I read
Yeah.
this book. But yeah, so I remember just like Scholastic Book Fair. I was mainly there for the stickers. And
See, they had good CDs. I got like
stickers. But good like Teletubbies. I was there for the Beanie Babies. And so anyways, I remember seeing this really stupid cover.
They're great covers.
Well, when I saw them, I was like, ugh, this is a dumb book about boys and
because you were
stuff.
a dumb teenager.
I was
They're
a
great covers.
stupid.
I mean, teenagers
Well, yeah.
giving
Okay.
Scholastic Book Fair people credit or
Yeah.
none.
Yeah, actually, probably eight the scholastic age. 13.
8 to 13.
Yeah. And I remember just being like, God, these books are so stupid. They just look dumb. And then I was like, but I was really curious. I was definitely Animorph curious about it, And so, but then they had a TV show.
Wait, you saw the TV show before you read the books?
No, I knew about it, but I never watched it because it was for boys, like I didn't,
It's weird that, now that I think about it, Animorphs probably came out gendered a little bit, right?
Yeah,
It's a little
definitely.
gendered.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because it's aliens and boys like aliens.
No,
Right.
it's true. Like honestly, that's as a female, I was like, this is for boys, like Power Rangers, even though Power Rangers were dope. I'm just saying that like
Agreed.
it was around the same time, so I was just like, oh, I don't think this is for me.
And I don't think you have to defend your love of Power Rangers on something called Animorphing Time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like honestly, Tommy's the best fucking Ranger. I
Agreed.
said it.
I'm gonna say something. It's a strong statement.
I know
but
what
it's
he's gonna
the
say.
realest one.
That Tommy's not great.
No, the best character on. What do you think I'm gonna say?
You're gonna talk about how much you love Billy.
No, I don't love Billy. He's like a weird 30-year-old. He shows up.
He's
with
the
a bunch-
Blue Ranger,
and that's
right?
the reason why you'd love him.
No, I love Rita.
Yeah.
Rita's the best character.
Rita Repulsa?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
she's
she's
the
great.
absolute best character, and she carries the show.
I bet Lord Zed gives the best brain.
I'm more of a Goldar person myself. If we're talking like male villains. He's made of gold. He has a lot of gold.
Yeah.
I mean, no villain's ever gonna beat Make My Monkey Grow like Rita Repulsa.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Goldar way better than fucking Ivan Ooze from the movie. No good.
Oh.
See, but I always thought Animorphs, the cover would attract girls. There's a better way.
Please explain how.
I like to think that the Animorphs in general would lure in girls.
Yeah, I look at this book with Cassie on it, and I picture the young girl thinking, "Hey, I'm a horse face looking girl. Maybe this book's for me."
No, because liking animals is a gendered thing.
Is it?
In elementary school, yeah. If you like animals, if you like horses, if you like monkeys and whatnot, that seems to be kind of a female oriented thing on the gender spectrum of 8th graders.
Man,
May
gender
I, as
spectrum.
a female,
Yes, please.
may I as a female,
Yeah.
animals that are for girls are like, oh, I want that thing.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
a horse.
Like horses, number one, obviously
Cat.
female, obviously. Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, rank favorite female.
Yeah, let's rank
animals.
by gender here.
Animals by
Favorite
gender.
animals by gender.
horse is number one, like
true.
for sure. And then for boys, lizards, snakes, those are boy animals.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
definitely dogs.
I like that she looked at us and said dogs.
Yeah,
Dogs are I
we're a
would
bunch
think
of
a dog.
dogs. It's true.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
No, dogs are boys, cats are girls.
You know what,
Right.
you know what I'm
well
saying?
known and established.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I thought these books weren't for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but then later when Tyler said that he was making this podcast, I was like, bitch, I need to get in this. And then it was quarantine and I was like, I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read the first book and I was fucking in.
Yeah, you texted me all the time.
I was like, This is the best thing.
They're good books for like easy reading in stressful times.
Yes. And honestly, I couldn't. I
great
I
tagline.
wanted more. I needed more. It
Yeah.
was so good.
And now she's read a shitload of them.
Yup.
You know what this is? This is like Gilmore Girls, where you just like watch an episode like I feel good, and like it's uplifting. You get an uplifting feeling from watching an episode of the Gilmore Girls.
You go back.
You get that from Animorphs. It's uplifting.
I'd say this is better than Gilmore Girls.
I'm trying to compare the two, and like they link somehow, but yeah, I think you're
Oh
right.
God,
this is better.
This is gonna lead me to some meme making like you have no fucking idea. It's gonna get so disgusting.
Please stop. Don't talk about memes on the podcast. The two things will never cross over.
Yeah, apparently based on the followers and listeners. Yeah, fine.
I will just cut this out. I have all the power.
He has it all.
Oh man.
So
Yes.
welcome.
But I love it. It's amazing. And can I just tell you, I got really close to crying in like one of the books. May I?
Which
Yeah,
book?
please.
Yeah, please.
I cried in the third book when I reread it as an adult.
Was the one where like Visser 1 is Marco's mom?
No.
Oh shit! Sorry, am I not supposed to
No,
spoil?
yeah,
Or is it-
Yeah,
we were past that point.
you
we're
passed
that.
because
Yeah.
Visser 1, right? Is Marco's mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's like, and thought he died, and then I was getting so emotional. I was like, oh my god, me! Like, I related
but then
so
he was
hard.
also a gorilla and just had to be
Yeah,
like
he had to be
just
a sad gorilla.
He's like, I can't cry because I'm a gorilla.
Oh my god, it was so good, but it was like emotional. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
this is like a kid book,
Yeah.
and it's so, it you can relate as like a 30-plus-year-old, honestly.
I mean I cried in the third book with the Tobias stuff where he's just
Yeah.
like, I'd just be better off dead. And it's like, no, you wouldn't.
It's like when Rory left what's his face? The dork.
Dean.
Dean. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I've never watched a complete episode of the Gilmore Girls. I just know all the plot points.
I've seen every single one of them.
oh
And I regret everything.
Let's talk about this drink. You two have been
yeah,
sipping
sorry.
Yeah,
this
we're
It's
sipping on this
lovely.
delicious drink you
it's
made.
lovely,
Yeah.
Nate.
We
So-
always do a drink themed with the books.
right.
And Nate
Ty,
has...
you can adjust your mic if you are trying to leaning into it. You can like tilt it up.
Leave this in.
All right. People need to know. Yeah.
Either way,
Hi,
I don't know.
I have bad posture anyway.
Yeah.
me.
So this drink is ginger ale,
Ooh.
whiskey,
Ooh.
Okay.
mints from my garden,
Ooh. Okay.
and a peel of lime. And it's called a horse neck.
Okay, I like a horse neck.
wow.
It's so gross, right? The name is just awful.
It's gonna give me Megabutt.
Tyler, you have no butt. You have the opposite of a
I have Hank Hill no butt.
You have a micro butt.
It's a spine that shits, as I often say.
Would you say? Hopefully this doesn't sound rude, but are you like an upside down triangle? Is that what that is considered?
Oh God.
Is that too triggering?
No, it's definitely concave. That's for sure.
Your asshole is a sluice.
Yes.
Falls out.
Just,
It sounds nice. As someone with a mega butt, like there's a lot of maintenance with it.
go into your Megabutt maintenance routine.
Like I need to seriously like invest into a bidet, but I'm afraid that's not powerful enough to really get in there.
So I would say
just sit with that.
I would just say that as someone with a very hirsute buttock area,
Yeah, okay.
it's just hairy. It means hairy, covered in hair. I know that
Yeah.
with a bidet, when I use one, it's kind of 51-49 water versus vigorous scrubbing. Like you got to get in there.
Does it like with the bidet? Is it just like spray the shit all over the bowl, or does it go down?
No.
I don't know how bidets work. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's just a hose that shoots
like
water
you
into
put-
your
Yeah,
it's
butt.
like
right
it
up
goes
your
back down
butthole.
into the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they just like sprayed water
No.
and then it just like sprays all over the bowl.
No, it just drips down. It feels great.
Yeah, it's very
Really?
refreshing actually.
I'm-
And like the nice
Really?
ones in Japan, they have like little like air poofs that like dry it out.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of nice. So let's talk about the cover. Cover of what book is this? What
This
number
is
it?
number 14,
Number 14.
The Unknown.
Okay, what's unknown? Let's just get right.
Well, let
what's
me
unknown
do
in
the
this book?
tagline.
Okay.
You ready? Never underestimate the power of a morph.
I never have. I thought they were extremely powerful.
Yeah, they've always been powerful.
Powerful and useful.
So this is Cassie, our young woman of color, standing, arms out, looking like she's ready to take on the world. Purple shirt, some khakis,
I feel bad for Cassie.
slowly morphing into a horse. And honestly, that middle picture of her with the really long face,
So good.
there's no better piece of art. But yes, this is.
But like, I love the way Cassie is standing on this cover. It's
It's-
a power stance.
Definitely look up Animorphs 14. There's some really good memes with this one in particular.
it's so
the
good.
ketamine meme.
Oh God.
This is the best one.
But look at the inside cover though. The inside cover just makes your heart warm.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
a
it
horse
feels-
galloping.
It's like
on the plains.
God,
the
that's-
screen from Windows XP, the home
Yep.
screen. Like I love that. It's great.
It's
It's
David
a
Mattingly.
powerful, majestic.
David Mattingly fucking killed this one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this cover, with when you open it and you see the sexy horse like galloping through it. I mean, it just takes you like you just want to just fucking hang out with that horse.
You want to
I-
like kiss that horse.
I honestly, I would like to make out with that horse.
Can we save this?
Listen, we all know that horses are sexual beings.
God.
We this as a culture, as a race, the human race,
Yeah.
we have somehow sexualized these big weird looking fucking things.
They are. I mean, honestly, with that hair flowing in the wind, and I mean, fuck.
The wanting to break free, the galloping, the strong muscles,
Yeah.
flanks.
Can we talk about the flanks? Can we talk about their booties? Like, can we talk?
They're gigantic dicks.
The megabutts, yeah, oh yeah, and the big dicks.
God.
They have very big dicks. Chapter 1.
Let's look
let's
at
just get into it. Let's get into this.
Yes.
Because
is-
like it starts out strong. Well, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's got that typical, my name is Cassie.
yeah.
I can't tell you my last name or who I am because the brain slugs are coming for me.
Yeah, well, it does that intro. Like it has to be done because again, like kids pick this up in random order. They
Yeah,
need to know
that's
what's
true.
going on. And it lays that out pretty well. And I like this chapter because it has my favorite side character in the Animorphs.
Cassie's dad.
I love Cassie's dad.
Oh,
So I don't know if
okay.
you've read this one or not, Aaliyah, but
No. What?
Cassie's dad,
Oh man.
Axe, loves him.
Axe loves him.
Really?
I love him because he's a guy that just like loves life. He's just like, I made chili, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a scene in one of the books where Axe pretends to be Jake.
Ew. Gross. Fucking
And,
gross.
and Cassie's dad makes his famous hot chili, and Axe, as Jake, just keeps eating it, and his face is melting off. And Cassie's dad's like, "Man, I love this boy eating my chili."
Well, and he just like he pops into situations like Cassie was growing like a squirrel's tail, and she got caught, and Cassie's dad sees her growing the squirrel's tail, and he's like, "What's going on in there?"
Yeah,
And he's like, "Nothing. You're just sleepy, Dad." Okay.
yeah. He's
And
like,
it just goes
"Thought you had a
away.
tail. Gonna go back to bed."
Like he worries
he's-
about nothing.
Like he's like that average dad in those like quirky comedies. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, is he Eugene Levy kind of?
Yeah, but black
Okay.
Eugene Levy.
Black
Yeah.
Eugene Levy,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. He has a levity to him.
Good. Jesus Christ! Don't act up in front of company like this.
I do this all the time.
Don't
But like in
you-
chapter 1, like Rachel is being kind of a dick.
oh, Rachel.
She's a bitch. She's a fucking cunt.
Would you? Okay, I was
Sorry.
gonna say,
She's
would you
being
just call her a
aggressive.
bitch? In this book, she
She borders honestly like between cunt and bitch.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes like she says the cuntiest stuff
To
and-
her best
to her
friend.
fucking best friend.
So this first chapter, like Cassie's working in her barn, right?
yeah,
And,
doing
like-
her Cassie stuff.
Yeah, doing her Cassie stuff, like force feeding pills to a fox, normal thing.
Yeah, normal kid stuff.
Right. And Rachel comes rolling in and then sees Cassie looking like a scrub. Because
Like someone who works in a fucking
yeah,
barn.
somebody who's a vet who's like covered in animal blood most of the time. She goes in and she says that like, Cassie, your jeans are like made for a 4-year-old. They go up to your kneecaps. What are you doing?
Right.
And they're like, but yeah, she's working and who cares?
Right.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Jake doesn't care.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
I
that's
just,
because Jake's a little bit simple.
he's so simple. But can I just throw this in there really quick?
Please.
So I mean, in the third paragraph, Cassie's just talking about like, I know I'm like kind of plain looking, and I'm just like,
She's down on her.
she's down on herself. And honestly, here's the real tea. I feel like that's mainly Rachel's fault. I said it.
Oh.
Yeah, because
said
like
it.
Jake isn't bringing this pressure.
Jake doesn't bring this on.
Yeah.
Why would, as like a girl, like when I trust my girlfriend's opinions versus boys.
Yeah.
So if they're telling me I look like shit, I look like shit. They're not lying to me.
Shit.
Yeah.
I would not have put that shit together.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh my God,
important contribution.
Because all Rachel does in this book is neg her.
She's
Right.
she's a fucking pickup artist. Like
Yeah, it's
honestly,
let's go to the mall. You dumb like. I'm trying to think of like the ugliest animal. What's the ugliest animal?
Naked shrew, naked mole rat, naked mole rat.
Yeah. Let's go to the fucking mall, you naked mole rat. Get your ass.
You
into
see what I'm saying? That's
and,
rude.
like, yeah, it's just like we need to fix you. You're broken.
Right.
Like honestly, as two male friends, like would you ever just be like, "Oh, Nate, you look like fucking shit, bro"? Like
Unless I actually was like, in a bad place and like we need to like scrub you down and feed you stew.
Right.
Like, we need to solve your problem.
Right.
But like, sure. But otherwise, like, no, I don't think so.
No,
Like,
I'd say something like, "Oh man, I really like that cool suit you bought," or "That looks good on you."
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to say anything at all ever.
right. Like there was a
Because
period.
sharing feelings is weird.
Well, I mean, there was a period in college where I was wearing like t-shirts with like button-ups over them. And that was a bad look. And I wish somebody told me, Nate, don't do that.
We didn't know.
Yeah, but also like,
I had a tap out shirt. We didn't know.
Ew.
yeah,
Ew.
no fear of what we wore.
We had no fear.
That's just a personal style choice. And the thing is, Cassie is pushing back a little bit. She's like, I don't care about this stuff. I don't want to go to the mall.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But Cassie's naturally she has a weaker will than Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a doormat.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like that's based on the people that she hangs out with.
That's ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like
This is some toxic shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, as you know, I'm just saying that.
I
like,
know, I agree.
Yeah.
Like
if they were in a relationship,
Yeah.
like, like we're living together relationship, it would be an abusive relationship between Cassie and Rachel.
Exactly.
Oh, right, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
well, you guys have had relationships with people, like friends, that they're just like, wow, they're just really toxic. But you're like, you can't get away from them some way. You see what I'm saying?
Cassie
yeah.
wouldn't be able to separate. I think
Yeah,
Cassie
I'm
would
just
be
throwing
like,
that out there.
She's like, well, Rachel knows better about fashion, I guess. I'm
Right.
But it's like, how do you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? How does, like, who's to say that Rachel's the queen of fashion? Like,
well, they get like some stark contrast here because they have to go visit Crazy Helen.
Yes.
first.
she's a queen.
So this chapter ends on probably the best sentence.
I would say.
But it also doesn't ever deliver on its promise.
The strongest teaser, I like when I read it, I was like fist in the air. I'm like, fuck yes, good book.
So this chapter ends so they have to go visit Crazy Helen because there's some horse problems. Which, come on, naming someone Crazy Helen and saying we're gonna go meet Crazy Helen.
That's not her actual name. They just
Well,
call
no,
her
but
that.
the way they lay it out, they're like, we got to go have an adventure, go see Crazy Helen. You're like, oh, who the fuck is Crazy Helen?
Yep.
And then
I wish
Cassie
it was
says,
crazier.
Rachel, won't you come with us to Crazy Helen's? And then tomorrow we'll go to the mall. Which,
Yeah.
I mean,
Compromise.
yeah, compromise.
Mm-hmm.
It's how all good
They
friendships are.
both lose.
And this chapter ends with, and that's how we ended up discovering the evil horses that threatened all of humanity. And I was thinking, oh God, are there evil horses? I mean, I've read the books, but honestly, I didn't remember this one because I read it 15 years ago,
It's a forgettable book. I'll say that kind of off the bat.
Yeah, in terms of like giant plot twist, there's no
Yeah.
Marco's mom.
Right.
There's
So good.
no gross destruction of like the ego. It's
Anyways, they're going to Crazy Helen's in the dry lands, which is a great place.
the dry lands, yeah, which is obviously, Northern California.
Yeah,
It's fine.
like the trees and shrubs, but like
Dry lands.
Yeah.
What are they talking about? My ex's pussy?
Hey-o.
Ba-doom, bam.
Was it DAP? Ben Shapiro's DAP.
The worst podcast in the world.
It goes nowhere.
So, honestly, coming back to this book, I did not remember Crazy Helen until Aleah texted me saying, I love Crazy Helen.
I love her.
Because you read this book before I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I told you I want you to read this book and come on the podcast,
Yeah.
and you said, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I guess I can do that for you.
okay.
Fine. and you texted me, I love Crazy Helen. I stand Crazy
I
Helen.
stand Crazy
And
Helen.
it sucks that she only has like a few couple of chapters.
Because she is magnetic.
Yeah. Hopefully she comes back. I don't know if she comes back. She reminds me of the crazy woman in the Megamorphs.
Yes.
Of just like, that seems to be an ongoing theme where there's just like a crazy woman in the woods. Or in this case, a crazy woman in the DAP.
Jesus Christ.
But like, I mean, is it because she just likes? But the thing is, I feel like if Crazy Helen was here now, she would just be like a regular like person, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
You know, she would just be like a normal. She'd be a normal human lady, right?
Well, like the CIA said aliens are real, so I mean, like she was right.
She's like
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd, like a
That-
female Dan Aykroyd, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of vodka would she sell? Like Tom Servo Skull vodka?
Yes.
I don't think she's like a crystal crazy person. She doesn't like believe in energies and ley lines.
No.
She is
There's
a
no
full-on
crystals. There's
Area
no
51.
crystals in her place, which we find later.
She's full Area 51.
Yeah.
And like also I don't think she's on drugs.
No,
No.
I think she was abducted by the Skritnaw.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
honestly, when I was just reading her, I'm like, I know her background. I know that she truly, I believe that she's seen a fucking alien.
Who's the guy from Independence Day? The airline, the
Randy Quaid?
The crop duster pilot.
Yeah, Randy Quaid.
Okay.
Is that Randy Quaid? It's the crazy Quaid.
Yeah,
She's
it's
the crazy
She's the
Quaid,
Randy
yeah.
Quaid.
Yes.
She's Randy Quaid, where she actually got abducted.
Yes.
Nobody believes her, and she's just like, nobody believes me. I'll just go live in the desert. Or I guess I suppose she already lived there, but
Right.
You get it. Like I'll just cut all ties and live with the horses. Hey, Cassie's dad,
Well, I mean,
come fix my horse.
Rachel says when they pull up to Crazy Helen, she comes out of her Airstream.
Yeah.
They describe her as like this crazy looking old black woman, and Rachel's like, hey, it looks like you in 50 years.
Yeah, I know,
Again,
right?
she's nagging.
Yeah.
Like she's a bitch.
Now
Kay
that you've said
Applegate was-
now that you've said that, all I can like I'm going back and my mind's like, she said all this cruel shit.
You see what I'm saying? She's
Yes.
such a bitch. Like
K.A. Applegate was in a mood. Like she had like a tough conversation with a friend, and she's like, all friends are bastards." And she just writes that book. She writes this book.
oh my gosh.
But like, yeah, so she goes and like, this is gonna be you in 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she, well, to Rachel's credit, like she catches herself. She's like, okay, no, you'll probably start up an NGO where you're saving chickens, which again is still kind of a neg.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, but Cassie's like, well, yeah, maybe that wouldn't be so bad. A life of ugly compromise.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
making lemonade. It's like, no, Cassie, I would say that you're better than, but like, Cassie's a complex character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more so with this book than a lot of them.
Yeah, I think that like, I still have not pinned down what her character traits are.
Fear.
Aside from, well, it's fear and love
Yeah.
animals. That's
Yeah.
it. And
Fear and empathy, I would say.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to pin down who she is sometimes, though.
Yeah.
She's the mysterious character.
I'd say it's hard to pin her down because I think she's probably always, is it racist to say code switching?
Oh.
Well, no,
You
like
think so?
Well, maybe emotionally code switching. Like
Yeah.
she's whoever she's with, she's sort of acquiescing to who they are. Because when she hangs out with Marco, she's like, "Oh, I'm just going to be like Marco now."
She does the social chameleon.
She's a
thing.
follow. She's a
Yeah,
follower.
Right, like I do that too. Where like whoever I'm talking with, I try to like adapt to their style so they'll like me. Please like me.
It's like
Oh,
it's like when
God.
Jim Carrey comes out of the 7-Eleven in Dumb and Dumber. It's like big gulps, huh?
Yeah.
Well, have a good one.
Right.
That's our social style.
But like, yeah.
But like in the Cassie focused books, it's always a bit strange because it's always that internal. She doesn't have that parrot.
No,
Right? No.
she is definitely an internal processor, but purely reactionary.
Yeah.
She's never like the driving force of anything. Like the end of this book,
Yeah.
she doesn't put together the evil plot until the story's
She's
over.
on the log ride of the plot. She's just along for the ride, and then like if she tries anything, it fails. Which is rough. Like not anything that's her fault. It's just that she doesn't have the self-confidence or the power to affect the plot.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the presence.
I know that feeling.
She doesn't have the presence to affect the plot at all, right?
Right.
She just stumbles around and then causes mistakes, even though she does contribute. And is probably the smartest Animorph.
Her or Marco.
No, I think she.
You think it's Cassie?
I think Cassie is the strongest book smarts.
Okay.
Like if she's in a situation and has all the time in the world to plan for it, she can do a good job.
Oh, you don't think that Marco's street smarts are good?
It's good for military.
Let me point you to a little movie called The Pest.
Marco is John Leguizamo.
Yeah, Pestario Picante Salsa Vargas. He's got more of the name, but I can't remember it. Like, they see Crazy Helen. She's like, there's something weird with the horses, guys.
Yeah, and they walk outside. They see this horse stumbling around.
Yeah. They
It's
see
like,
this drunk-looking horse.
This drunken horse with a stick in its mouth.
Oh, no, he bends over to get the stick. They watch the horse walk over to the phone booth, knock the phone off the receiver, which, younger listeners, we used to have phones around the city that you put money in to use. You couldn't just carry your phone.
Tyler, they all know it because it's the go-to dumb dad joke.
Oh.
I just like to condescend to our young, very beautiful followers.
Zoomers, they call them.
Because they're always moving fast from gig to gig.
Actually,
that's the only type of job.
That's going to be retrofitted to them using Zoom, I've decided. Because that's how they're getting their school education is through Zoom.
Can we not talk about current events? I'm here in 1990X. I'm trying to enjoy it with the Animorphs.
Yeah, let's talk about Ross Perot. That's 90X.
It's a millennium, you know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is deep into the millennium. It's true.
We are in the millennium here.
Anyways, horses are using phones. That shit's go off the hook like his phone.
Yeah, they see the horse pick up a stick and he tries to dial.
What a dummy.
And Rachel and Cassie are like, what the fuck? And Cassie's dad's like, what the fuck? Like, I've seen horses with worms before, but I've never seen a horse use a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A horse is a horse, of course.
Of course.
But never I've heard of a horse using a phone.
So the horse, they're like, whoa, Mr. Horse, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, and the dad's like, snake bit horse.
Yeah, he's like, snake.
He's the house of animal veterinarians, I think.
Yeah.
He's just like,
God.
no, this is a snake bite.
Yeah.
I got this.
I know that when a snake bites a horse, they try to use the phone to call for help.
So he goes into his car to get the snake bite kit.
Yeah. And then he's like approaching the horse like, hey, Mr. Horse, what's going on?
Hey.
So this horse is using a phone. And like, I was intrigued.
And horses can't use phones.
They cannot.
They don't got fingers, y'all.
And like reading this book, I was so excited to know like what's going on with this horse.
Right.
I figured probably yerked horse.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Because obviously, that's the book.
Like
There's
that's
gonna be a yerk.
That's the simple explanation. But I was hoping for like maybe they're like horse worshipping robots, like dog worshipping robots.
No, like you would have been more excited about this book.
Yeah, I would
if
have.
it was a Pemalite.
Yeah, I would have. Fine.
But yeah, no, like obviously this is a yerked horse. They don't have any clue because they're dumb kids.
Yeah.
Everyone has gotten hit with the stupid ray in this book.
God,
Like
the
they just got
dumbest.
like hit right over the head with that stupid ray because they're like, why is this horse using a phone? It's acting like a person. This is a weird horse. And like the horse just falls over, right?
Yeah. Well, they're like, hey, what's up, horse? And then the horse falls over.
Yeah, and out plops a turd from the horse's ear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so it's obviously a yerk. They're
Right.
like, what's that? I'm like, kids, you've done this before.
Yeah. It takes them a fat minute to
It takes
really
them a
figure
fat
out
minute.
it's a yerk.
They figure out it's a yerk. They're like, that was a yerk that went over there. Like, we need to get this yerk. Let's capture it. And I guess put it in our pocket. Like, I was
Right.
wondering what you do with the yerk when you catch it.
Well, I mean, characters these stupid, they just let them crawl in their brain.
Keep it warm in my head.
Can I just say, so when they're on the phone, when the horse is on the phone,
Yeah.
again, Rachel just being a cunt right now, just being like, what's the horse going to be? What kind of pizza is? And then they're
They
ordering.
call it Noid.
And then they're just, she's just like, huh, hey, alfalfa and extra cheese. Like, she's such a douchebag, right?
But like, that's kind of a good joke, man.
It's a douche. Like, I feel like she's just like a douche.
She's very mean in this book. Rachel's mean in this
Yeah,
book.
but like that particular like, oh, what's this horse gonna order? Like a fucking horse pizza?
But then I'm like, curious.
That's sassy. That's not mean.
I'm just like, what kind of horse? I'm like thinking, like, what kind of pizza would a horse order?
Hay and extra.
Alfalfa and extra cheese.
I thought maybe like something else, but I don't know what. But yeah.
Would a horse eat cheese? Could I
See, that's
feed,
what I'm saying. I don't
could
know.
I feed a horse just like a brick of cheddar? It would probably eat it. I'm sure they're like trash animals.
I mean, it's probably got to be like, I mean, the hay, the alfalfa, and then like a bowl of sugar cubes as dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sugar cube
Sugar
pizza?
cheese.
Ew.
They like to call it on the street. It's when you want to steal a horse, you just give them some sugar cheese and they love you forever. So they miss the yerk.
They missed the yerk, but luckily,
Like out comes this like Dracon bean out of nowhere.
yeah, the horse just fucking gets blasted.
They blow up this horse.
Yeah, knocks Cassie on her ass,
Out cold.
Out.
cold. She wakes up
In Crazy Helen's.
in Crazy Helen's.
Yes.
Give her smelling salts, I'm sure, or whatever.
Yeah,
Crazy
they
Helen
wake her up. Anyone want to read what Crazy Helen's house looks like?
I sat up. All around me were shelves piled with Star Wars masks, Wookiees, and Darth Vader, and Imperial stormtroopers, along with Star Trek handheld phasers and Spock ears. There were posters everywhere. Mulder and Scully from X-Files, Mike, Crow, Servo, and the Gypsy from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
This is Joel Erasure, by the way.
Yeah. MST3K is how the cool kids say it. Cassie obviously does not know. Although Cassie recognized all this.
Yeah.
Props to Catherine Ellis Applegate and Michael Grant for putting Mystery Science Theater shit in a
pretty
kid's
cool.
book.
There's more. Jane Fonda as Barbarella. Which, hold on, wait. Cassie knows and probably has seen Barbarella. Have you seen Barbarella?
No.
No.
Oh my God. Holy shit. You two need to watch Barbara. Do you know what Barbarella is?
It's like she's a sexy, like,
Barbarella
cave woman, right?
is a slave, a sex slave, and she escapes by having sex with everybody. It's the power of her body that breaks her
Wow.
free because she's got a rockin' bod, and she like here's a scene. So there's
Rambo can kill his way out, and that's okay. But if someone fucks their way out, it's bad.
That's the argument, right?
so
The argument
sexist.
is like she was so sexy, and that's her power. In comes Barbarella. She's like getting tortured by this machine, but she's so strong. Tortured. It's a sexual
Fucked by the
Yeah.
machine.
She's getting fucked by the machine, and she is so powerfully strong with her vagina that it breaks the machine. It breaks down the whole building, and she just walks out.
Fucking
like-
badass.
Right? Yeah, badass.
You've exhausted its power. It couldn't keep up with you. It's incredible. What kind of girl are you? Have you no shame?
Cassie knows and recognizes Jane Fonda in the movie Barbarella.
Ooh.
Just saying.
It's too bad she's a war criminal, huh?
Jane Fonda?
No, you remember all the
Oh,
conservatives hate her Hanoi Jane, or is that the right one? 'Cause she went to Vietnam.
She's like a civil.
She's like,
super civil rights
anti-war.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, she's dope.
I
She
was
got
thinking-
arrested recently.
Yeah.
Wait, well, you two should watch Barbarella.
Yeah.
can
Yeah, I
her
want to see her
rockin' bod.
fucking machine building to death.
Yeah, it's great. I'll show you the clip later. It's something to behold.
I'll just be like, man, something's got to give.
Dun-dun-dun.
But
I
also,
hate it.
like, I just want to say Crazy Helen's place is like the coolest place on earth.
Yeah, this
Whoa.
this is an Airstream.
It's an Airstream with all cool posters. Like,
I was jealous of the Airstream because it would be nice to own like a house.
yeah.
Millennials run this podcast.
But also like she as I said, she's living the nerd paradise here.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Right?
And she's like, aliens took me. They did things to me.
I believe her. Like,
Yeah.
I bet she fucked her way out of the spaceship. Crazy Helen probably
You like that Skritna?
yeah, absolutely fucked her way out of getting probed and experimented on.
And then she went home and just watched Space Mutiny on VHS.
yes.
She's like, these body snatchers ain't got shit on this pussy. I'll clap these cheeks, scare them all off.
So Crazy Helen's great.
But they live next to Crazy Helen lives next to Zone 91,
Yeah.
which stands in for Area 51.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
why even change? I wonder if there's like a government regulation where you can't actually like make stuff around Area 51.
Probably not.
yeah.
They probably just changed it.
Then why?
I don't know. They probably thought it would be funny.
It's not.
Which, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, they could use Barbarella, Plan 9 from Outer Space, 2001 Space Odyssey, but they can't say Area 51? All right, that does feel a little weird.
Right? They're out there.
I hope Q solves this when the storm comes.
Well, the storm has come. Let me tell you that. Sorry, I thought
Was that a Star Trek reference?
I was
Sorry.
We can't spend this podcast explaining QAnon to Leah right now.
I'm so jealous you don't know QAnon. Oh my god!
Is this bad?
We can't.
No,
We can't do this.
just live happily. Just
like-
live happily.
I'm sorry.
Chapter 4. No, they live next to Zone 91, or she lives next to Zone 91. She's like, yeah, they've got aliens there, and aliens took me. It sucks. I'm Crazy Helen. This is the end of my story.
Bye.
Bye, Crazy Ellen. We liked you when you were here.
Yeah, she was. Talk about an interesting one-off character, probably.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't remember if she comes back or not.
Does she? Do you guys know if she was ever in the show? Like, was it?
No, like I can't.
Maybe.
Is this episode in the show?
The show gets really fucking weird and bad.
Cool.
But I don't remember Crazy Helen.
Okay, sorry.
Dang.
I was just thinking if it, if it was on the show.
Yeah,
I'd
it should
I'd
be
love to see her in
Uhura
person.
who plays Crazy Helen, right?
What? Yeah.
Wait,
Star
why?
Trek?
Why?
Yeah.
But she's old and black and was in sci-fi, like Crazy Helen.
She's the perfect Crazy Helen.
So
So they cut back to like Marco jumping in
back
on,
at their barn.
yeah,
The Animorphs HQ.
and Morse HQ.
Can I also just say that Marco had the coolest, most chill aim name.
Oh, thank God!
Yeah.
I'm glad we're bringing up internet names.
I'm sorry because
we
I have
we gotta
to
read that whole thing.
Please, I go on the internet. Rachel said, I just don't hang out in chat rooms, call myself stud boy, and try to convince people I'm an incredibly handsome 30-year-old millionaire. Also triggered. And then, excuse me, Marco said, but do I not use stud boy as my screen name? Give me some credit. I use Baldwin. Sorry, I can't even say it.
You gotta.
Baldwin Boy 5. The missing fifth Baldwin brother, the really cool looking one.
They all look like goblins. They're all goblins.
I'm gonna say it. This is my favorite part in the whole book. It's so good.
Oh man, what's worse, Stud Boy or Baldwin Boy 5?
Stud Boy, because if I ever meet anyone named Baldwin Boy 5, instant follow.
Hold on, wait. I gotta look something up on Twitter. I have to know right now.
Okay, just look.
No, but what I was gonna say, my first AIM name.
Oh yeah, I was hoping we'd get to this.
My first AIM name was Ice Baby 32.
Ooh.
Hi.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Found him. Loden Llama, 0 followers, following 0.
Tyler's
it's
about to
placeholder.
follow.
It's a placeholder.
I'm getting on the podcast Twitter right now.
Live tweet.
Here we go. Hold on.
That's just so good.
Yeah,
It's
so
such a
Loads
good.
and Llama.
It's so good.
Follow.
Okay.
Can I? So
what was yours again?
mine was
August 2009.
Baldwin Boy 5.
And he's still active after that culling.
So my AIM name was Ice Baby 32.
Why 32? Just like it was the number they randomly assigned.
Yeah,
you?
I think there was just so many Ice Babies that I was number 32 on the list.
Mine's dumb. Mine's just I think it was like Neek Berm probably. That's my go-to internet handle.
My first one,
Yeah, go ahead.
as you both know, I was a very big fan of Batman and still am.
Mm-hmm.
I was Dark Justice.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. I was about to say the best one I know of is a friend of the podcast, Mike O'Neill's Punk Border 767.
Oh, he's still that?
He's still, yeah, I think he,
That's still his.
I hope he
email.
still has that email. And it was not like board as in skateboard. It was like border of a country.
You gotta skate the border.
So, did you ever like have any good like ICQ or AIM names or MSN Messenger names? Because I'll tell you one that I remember very vividly.
I have
do.
another one too, yeah.
Because I remember my high school girlfriend. Y'all know her name. We don't need to say it.
Oh my God, I hope that we're on the same wavelength. Go on.
Like that was it. When I dated her in high school, it was like the height of MSN Messenger, and fucking we were in Fiddler on the Roof. She brought me some card once that said, what was it? It's like, I'm peanut butter and you're jelly. We just go together.
Oh.
And then when I got off
That's
rehearsal, her screen name was Peanut Butter. And I knew she wanted me to change mine to jelly, but I never did.
Well, yeah, because you have a code.
yeah, it's called not sharing feelings or emotions with people you care about.
I mean, like the card by itself, I think, is fine.
Well, what I was gonna say was when we hung out at my place in Eugene, we were playing some board game or something, and your ex said the funniest AIM name I've ever heard in my whole entire life, and I want it so bad.
Oh God.
It was it was ER it was ER Fanatic 86. Sorry. It's just because I know those people exist.
Well, yeah, just like
It's
So funny.
anything with a number after it, you can't trust,
so
unless it is
good.
like a 69 or 420.
right.
Yeah.
We're a hearty endorsers of 69s and 420s on this podcast.
Sometimes both.
Oh.
Just leave that there. So Marco has a strong internet presence. Of course he does.
Yeah. And Rachel's like, no, I don't go on the internet to look up conspiracy theories. And she calls it like, I don't go look up dark truth or whatever.
Oh yeah, like the dark web. She's talking about the dark web.
She's talking about the dark web and she calls it something stupid, but it's like, oh, that's accurate as well.
My favorite part is like when this is happening, Axe is just in the back eating fries. He's
Yeah.
like, grease and salt. I love Axe because like Axe is my spirit. He's my soul. Because he loves taste and he's just getting back and having good times.
Same.
Yeah, he's funny.
And they decide that, what is it, Marco, Cassie, and Rachel and Tobias are going to go investigate while Jake has his dad's birthday, and Axe is like, who care? None of this matters to me, you idiots.
Yeah, Axe opts out. He's just like, I don't care about this because none of them believe Cassie and Rachel about the Yerk Prince horse, which I'm just like, this has happened so many times, you guys. Just
believe
that.
women.
Well, not just that, just like
Gaslighting, you know
it's
what I'm saying?
believable that they would like there'd be a horse plot.
Right. The Yerk game is afoot, everybody. Let's go.
There was an explosion. It wasn't like Russian missiles or whatever like the dad excuse was.
Yeah. Oh, it's just some exploding rocks that Zone 91 keeps there, probably. Who cares?
And Mark was like, yeah, that sounds about right. That could be exploding rocks. You know,
Right.
It's definitely not a Yerk or a Drake Humvee.
But they're going to go investigate. But first, they got to get Cassie some new outfits.
Woo, montage.
Shopping montage.
Going shopping for some jeans.
She puts on a
What's your
silly
size?
hat and she's like, not this one.
She gets like the jeans with like the flower on the pockets and the butt.
Marco's a Jinko's boy all the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he needs those big jeans because he's so short.
Ew.
They're power jeans. He could be rocking like massive like anacondas.
Really long snake legs? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Fair. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the Jinkos are because like you could just be rocking like strong thighs. You don't know. The jeans are too big. They hide them.
Jinkos were invented for men in Ohio with really strong thighs.
Yeah. Or like skinny chicken legs who like want to look like they have big eyes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
That's what they have to be.
So Cassie's trying out her new outfits at school and gets absolutely wrecked.
Oh man,
Like,
the scene is so
This is
tragic.
brutal. This is brutal.
The next day, I wore my new outfit to school. I hooked up with Rachel before first period, and we walked to class together. Down the main hall, me and Rachel, the goddess of clothing and good grooming.
You look great.
Hi, Rachel.
A boy named Charles said, smiling awkwardly.
Oh, and hi. Carla.
See, Charles smiled at you.
He called me Carla.
Has he ever spoken to you before?
I guess not.
See, progress.
Fucking bitch.
You see what I'm saying?
cold.
You see what I'm
It's
saying?
like, see, like now you're recognizable. People kind of
Yeah.
know that you exist.
People know you're here, Carla.
Before you were a ghost.
Hey, Rachel. How's it going?
A boy named Jawan asked, smilingly shyly.
Fine. Cassie, you've met Jawan, haven't you?
I shrugged. Hi, Juwan.
Hey, Kendra. See you later in English, Rachel.
Kendra? I asked Rachel.
He definitely gave you a look.
Rachel said.
So what if he isn't good at remembering names?
He remembers your name pretty well, I pointed out. Then I spotted a guy named Joe. Joe was a friend of mine from when we both took writing lessons together. He would remember my name.
Hey, Cassie. Whoa. Something different about you.
He stepped back and stared at me.
New outfit?
Joe shook his head.
No, that's not it. Oh, I know what it is.
He snapped his fingers.
You look like you've gained weight. You been trying to bulk up?
Oh my God. Rachel reached with one elegant hand and pushed Joe disdainfully out of her way.
That proves nothing.
Rachel said. I look fatter.
Guys are idiots sometimes.
Not. Can't say it.
You can't do it. You can't say not Jake.
Not Jake, I said. Ew.
Man, but like that's why she likes Jake is because all the boys in her school are like fucking.
Yeah, they're either obsessed with Rachel, think she's cultivating mass to bulk up, or idiots like Jake.
You like to wrestle, Cassie? Are you bulking?
Damn, bitch, you're looking thick. What you lifting these days?
Yeah, what? God, these have.
Like that wasn't honest. Like he was like being a dick, right? That wasn't like a kid just
Honestly,
like thinking.
I don't.
You
I
think
mean,
it was
it's
like a
supposed to
meathead?
read that way, but I don't think today that's considered an insult.
What, calling someone fat? Like a
No,
woman
if I were to
fat?
say, you look like you're like putting on muscle.
Aleah, you've been bulking up.
I would find that offensive. I'd be
Oh.
like, I would just, like if someone was just like, you look fat, you look.
Oh, I know
this."
some women who'd be like, if I said, oh, you look like you're putting on muscle or you're bulking up, they'd be like, eat my pussy right now.
Well, no, it's good. Like it used to be out of fashion for women to have muscle and definition.
And women should have muscles. Pussy muscles to squeeze my little dick.
But like, I don't know. I just like like being like a Cassie, like I can totally relate to this kind of situation.
Were you a Cassie?
I was 100%.
You hung out with the hot friend, and then like all the boys. were just-
100%.
Who was your hot friend? Name some names.
Name some names.
Weren't you friends with that one who became a suicide girl?
Brittany. Yes. She was hot. But like, I mean, that's a good example. Like she was like super thin and like she had like perky tits and like all the boys liked her, but no guy ever was like, "Oh, I want to go to Aleah. She's hot." No, I've never gotten that. I literally had someone from high school say, "Wow, Aleah, you look so much better from high school." Like, thank
What?
you.
Who is that person so we can kill them?
I
If they're
know.
wrong.
Her name was Cassie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, triggered. But yeah, like, yeah. I mean, is that that's not a compliment, right?
No, but like I'm thinking like this guy was such a meathead.
Yeah.
That he's just like, I only know a good way to compliment somebody is saying that they have good sports muscles.
Right.
You have a strong base.
Your haunches look thick. Delicious.
You have a thick skull.
No, was any of this like difficult to read for you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because
Like, it felt real.
I totally relate to her because like having like better looking friends and having all the boys just like want to go for other people and never looking at you and always being in the friend zone. Like
Do you think that's why they're friends? Is that Rachel needs someone who is less attractive
that's
to
a thing.
make her more attractive? Like that's a thing that happens?
Like I'm gonna say something controversial, but like some
In this podcast?
and some controversial. No, but like, but I mean, like they're like a lot of pretty girls. This is some tea for you.
Oh boy.
There are some like socially like more acceptable like pretty girls that will have fat friends, so it'll make them stand out.
But like, is that on purpose or is it a subconscious kind of like?
I think it's on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, that's some tea right there for you.
Shit. That's.
And I've been that. I literally.
Is Mean Girls a documentary? I have no idea.
Being a female sucks sometimes. Like,
Sometimes I imagine the whole time.
all of it. I mean,
It sucks for boys too. It sucks for everybody in high school. Let's just be real.
Yeah, like, but that's why, like, Cassie, I was just reading this and I was like, God, I relate to every single thing that she went through. Like having like your bad friend that like talks shit about you and do mean things, and then trying to be accepted by like the boys, and like.
Here's another thing: is that Cassie has such a little presence in Rachel books. I wonder if she just doesn't really think about Cassie all that much. Right?
But like that also makes sense too, because Rachel's selfish and she's like so cool and pretty and shit.
Whereas in Cassie's book, she thinks about Rachel all the time.
She does mention.
I did that a lot when you.
Yeah.
Because when I had the pretty friend, it's like all I wanted to do was emulate her.
Yeah. But yeah, like no, like a good portion of this book is dedicated to like Rachel being Rachel.
Yeah, like what will Rachel think, or Rachel's so good at this, I'm not.
Right.
Exactly.
Rachel's strong, I'm not.
Yeah, it's a lot of like not a lot of introspection on Cassie's end. It's just like a lot of like extrospection, if that's a word. You know, like you look at the surrounding environment and think like the world treats me this way, I'm this way.
Yeah, she's conceding to her environment more than making a place in her environment or establishing herself.
But like there was, I mean, we'll get to it, but like when she morphs into a horse and like. And then she just like feels good about herself. I'm just like, I was clapping. I was just like, go bitch.
Yeah, she
like,
gets the morphin drug where animals don't give a shit about any of this.
It made me love her more, which I'm like, she found her niche, like, or her niche, you know, like she found her thing.
Dumb animals. And this is why Jake comes in. Here comes Jake.
He's just dumb.
Right, because, Jake comes walking by after this string of judgment. where nobody like decided to you know, acknowledge her as a person. Here comes Jake.
Jake was cruising down the hall, joking and talking with some non-Animorphs friends. Part of what we have to do is maintain normal lives as much as possible. Hi, Cassie, Jake said, peeling off from his buds. Hey, Rachel. Rachel stood back and held her hands out toward me like a fashion model designer showing off.
So
what? Jake.
So the outfit.
Rachel exploded in frustration.
Doesn't Cassie look great in these new clothes? These clothes that actually fit and have no raccoon poop stains? Doesn't she look fabulous?
Jake smiled his slow smile.
Jake's so dumb.
Of course she looks great. She always does. You guys have fun in the drylands this afternoon. Try to be careful. Not a thought or care in his dumb brain.
But like, you know, I think you can see why Cassie is attracted to Jake. Jake has no judgments.
Right. Yeah, he walked off down the hall, leaving me with a nice warm glow. Ew. Rachel stared at me.
Okay, he's an idiot too.
It's like,
so
they go to class. Rachel pays Marco to be nice to her.
Right. Which is the cruelest thing. And not only that, Marco admits, like, I got paid.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you bitches are stupid. She paid me $2. I would have done it for $1.
Can I tell you guys one of the meanest thing that's ever happened to me when I was a child?
Please. That's what this podcast is
This
for.
is the meanest thing. And I'm honestly, this is some tea as well. I'm working on this in therapy. So it's a big thing.
Public tea.
Don't judge me.
Cum is public tea.
So when you said that Marco was like being paid to like say nice things about somebody, 6th grade, I got a note from an anonymous boy. And I was like, oh, like everybody was dating everybody back in 6th grade. No boy ever asked me out. I was the ugly one. I was like, I was basically a fat Hanson. So like I was... No,
but you had that mbop.
She got that mbop.
So anyway, so I get a note from this anonymous person saying, oh, I really like you, Aleah. You're so pretty. I want to date you. But, you know, meet me after class or whatever. It was something like that. So I was like, all day, I was like, oh, my God, who is it? Is it so-and-so? And then at the end of the day, I had my 2 girlfriends go up to me like, hey, did you get that note? And I was just like, yeah. I'm like, who is it? They're like, I'm like, do you know? And they're like, it was us. We wanted to play a joke on you.
Jesus Christ.
Oof.
Yeah. So that's why I have walls high.
But it was a really funny joke.
Oh, fuck you. Got you.
Pranks.
Hi, I'm Aleah, and this is I'm Sad from Being a Child. Jackass.
Big prank stamp. Pranks.
But like, you know, that's why I like reading that. I just was like, oh, it's another like I can relate to it. You know.
Ugh, that hurts.
Does that sting a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's real.
It stings because I kind of did it to someone once.
No, you didn't.
Kind of, yeah.
We're both on the receiving end and the doling out end of cruelty. This is
lot.
just happens.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's okay. Hi, yeah.
On that note, we should just go and think about life in the dry lands. So they go out to the dry lands.
My ex's pussy. I'm gonna mention it so many times you can't cut it.
Does she have a dry pussy? Like, what are you talking about?
No, it's like take my wife, please. You know that joke.
I can never understand women. Now take my wife, please.
So the next chapter, it's them in Cassie's barn. Marco, Cassie, Rachel. Tobias is there as a hawk. They morph into birds and they fly to the drylands. I mean, it's just another explanation. It's not even the terrible morphing yet. This is just, I'm a nice, beautiful bird.
Yeah, they have some good bird times. They like thermals.
Yeah, they fly around. They're having a good time.
Well, like a lot of these books are kind of escapisms of like, wouldn't it be cool to fly? Because like, yeah, it would be cool.
It would be very cool.
It'd be so cool.
It would rule. But that is pretty much chapter 6 and 7, which is just like
They're flying.
they're flying and having a great time.
They land on some rocks. Marco's like, hey, Tobias, why don't you go get us some snacks? Why don't you catch us a snake so we can eat it? And Tobias is like, actually, there's a snake under your bottom right now.
Which I was thinking, like, good prank from Tobias. Like,
Right.
get his ass. There was actually just a
There's
snake.
just
He
snake
was just
under
sitting
his
on a
butt.
snake. I'm like, what?
Marco, the snake sitter.
How do you feel about snakes?
Terrifying.
Pro snakes?
Ew.
Not a
No.
fan.
Okay, but like, what about like a gardener snake? Just like, you know it's not going to hurt you. It's not poisonous.
I know that I'm going to kill it.
Really?
No, I won't kill it. I'll run.
Yeah, a little gardener snake. It's like a little grass worm. It's fine.
I will never like snakes because they convinced a stupid woman to eat the apple in heaven, and now we can't be in there.
Is that what?
It's all our fault. I'm
Wait.
sorry.
Guys, I'm missing a rib. Guys,
Help! Help! Oh, who's this woman?
where's my Aleah? Give
Yes.
both of us one of your ribs. It's only fair.
I have two.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Just aside, this again, I was just I always highlight just when they morph sometimes because it's so violent and disgusting.
Especially the bone part.
That's what I was just.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, they're bones grinding together. Bones make a sort of grinding sound when they morph. It's disturbing. The first few times you do it, to put it mildly. Finally, I begin shrinking. The ground began to rush up toward me. Even though I've done this many times, I still can't shake the feeling that I'm falling without ever quite hitting bottom, which is also like a really great statement too about life.
Yeah, falling,
Yeah, it's just-
never hitting bottom.
Yeah, that's what I was just reading. I was
Life
like,
is a
that's
boot
beautiful.
in your face forever. Not beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a really like
Was it- I heard a
metaphorical
really great
statement.
song lyric today that I like. The past is full of dead men, and the future is a cruelty. Resign yourself. Good shit.
Yeah.
That's it's good writing. I just you gotta.
She's not a bad writer.
She's a good writer.
Oh yeah, that part, not the music lyric.
No.
Let's go back to the music I
Yeah.
like. Talking tunes with Tyler. So they're sitting there having a good time. Like, we don't need to rush there. Let's just
Yeah.
kind of chill so we can rest.
Because it's exhausting to morph.
Yeah. That's when the troops show up. Our
Right.
blessed troops, the American troops we all love so much and we can never speak ill about. Otherwise, people
love.
get very mad at us.
The very competent troops show up.
They're very good at everything they do. Heroes, every one of them.
They're men. They're masculine men, right?
Yeah, big,
Big,
strong men.
that-
Short hair,
Gosh.
just tough.
So in comes our troops.
The troops roll in, and they're like, fuck you.
Well, no, they're just like, they're actually oddly sympathetic. Like, hey, what are you kids doing out here
Yeah.
by these rocks? Like, did you know you shouldn't be here? You're in trouble.
Right. Hey, where are your shoes? What the fuck?
Well, yeah, like that's when they see, like, you don't have any shoes and you're in the middle of a desert. How did you do this?
Right. So they
And Marco says, the only line he can say, it was Martians, Lieutenant. We were dropped here by aliens.
because Marco's the smart one.
Well, no, like, what else are you going to say? Like, you have to say something. And being a punk teen is the only real action here. Just say, like, fuck you, cops. I can skate wherever I want. In the desert, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Pigs.
I suppose, yes, we are pigs.
That's when we meet our main antagonist,
Captain Torelli.
Captain Tortellini.
We're going to call him Captain Tortellini.
I don't
You want me to
know.
read him as Italian?
Captain Mandolins. Wait, what's the name?
I kept thinking it too. Captain Corelli's mandolin the whole time.
Yep. Yeah. Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
My name is Captain Torelli. I'm in charge of this facility.
We were in a very small, very airless, very brightly lit room. There were no windows, and whenever the door opened, you saw a guy in an Air Force uniform, a tough-looking guy in an Air Force uniform, a tough-looking guy in an Air Force uniform cradling a small machine gun. There was also a bulletin board. On it were small posters reminding everyone that security is our business, and exhorting everyone to tolerate... Exhorting? Exhorting everyone to tolerate 0 defects.
All right,
There was also a flyer there saying, hey, we're going to go hang out at the Gardens, which is the zoo where Cassie's mom works.
It's a gun on a wall.
Yeah.
We know it's coming back.
Right. So they're getting interrogated.
Yeah, they're getting grilled in this interrogation room. I'm picturing like a swinging light bulb on a string. Just like, and then
Table, like blank walls, no window.
Does he turn the chair around like Michelle Pfeiffer in Gangster's Paradise?
oh no, he's full like lobster red,
it's like-
yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
Like you can
Okay.
see veins.
He's like, you
popping.
little fuckers!
Listen there, you little shits. I'm someone you're gonna screw with. Yeah, and and obviously like Marco has been in this situation.
Right. And Rachel takes the lead and goes, oh, sorry. Honestly, we made a mistake. We didn't know this was out here. And
Sorry, sir.
Cassie's like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna play innocent. We're gonna go innocent.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, sorry, yeah, we don't know what this is. This is-
Daddy, like
she does not say daddy.
Oh,
She's not
Daddy
saying
she's
Torelli.
just like, oh, my thumb's in my mouth, Daddy. I'm so sorry.
But that's what they do though. Like,
Yeah.
kinda, yeah.
know?
They're acting innocently.
Yeah.
And that's when Marco just goes, so where do you keep the alien?
He's so fucking cool.
I mean,
He's so
that's a
cool.
good line though.
It's
He's
a good
cool.
line.
He's cool.
He's like,
And then
look,
Captain...
kid, this is the Air Force installation. We don't discuss what we do here, but I am authorized to tell you one thing. There are no aliens here.
Yeah,
Wink.
right, sir.
Wink, 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 wink.
What's your name, son?
Mulder.
Well-
Fox Mulder.
Well, you're in a world of hurt, Fox Mulder. You have violated federal law. You could be thrown in prison.
Sir,
I interrupted.
please just ignore Fox.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Rachel added.
Okay, he just likes to annoy people. We're just kids, Like, we didn't mean any harm. Couldn't you just give us like a warning?
Very stern warning, even. That's what she says. I don't know how to read that any other way.
Normally, that's just what we do, the captain said.
Now we're gonna switch back and forth.
I guess. Fuck it.
Whatever. Go for it.
We do get our share of Looney Tunes and crackpots out here. He looked directly at Marco as he said crackpots. However, we have ourselves a little mystery here. See? None of you is wearing shoes. The lieutenant's men searched the area. No shoes. And it is physically impossible to have walked across all that undergrowth and through those rocks without shoes.
So we're being busted for not having shoes. Look, what's the big deal, sir?
Marco asked.
If you have an alien here, why don't you just tell everyone?
The captain gave Marco a long, hard stare. I want the three of you to write down your names and your parents' phone numbers on this piece of paper. He shoved the clipboard at Marco. We're going to call your folks. Maybe they'll appreciate your sense of humor.
So they write down all their fake names.
Right.
So like Mark writes down Fox Mulder.
Uh-huh.
Rachel's like, Dana Scully,
Yeah.
because I'm clever. And then like now it's Cassie's turn.
Cassie just basically writes, can't think of one, sorry.
Well, she writes down Cindy Crawford.
It's Cindy Crawford. Like, she just looks at things in the wall. She's like, there's a Cindy and then there's a Crawford. Like, she's
Like it's just like usual suspects.
yeah.
Orca Fat.
And then they write down their phone numbers. Marco was smart. He wrote the Pizza Hut phone number. Rachel wrote whatever.
What?
And Cassie writes too many numbers. Honestly, as funny as this is, This is a beautiful little peek at how Cassie buckles under any pressure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she just isn't creative.
No, she buckles under pressure. It's not a matter of being creative. It's she buckles. So, yeah.
But like, yeah, so she
I'm ready
writes
now.
down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And like, again, everyone in this book is hit with the dumb ray. He just takes all these numbers like, all right, cool, I'm going to go call your parents.
I'm Captain Torelli. This all looks like good information to me.
Sir, these look like bad numbers. This is just a string of numbers.
The little girl assured me this is her phone number. We'll call it, Lieutenant, and you'll like it. I don't know what this military voice is, but I'm
I love
having
it.
fun with it.
I love it.
But they talk about how they're going to get out of there. Rachel's like, I could turn into a fucking bear and smash out of this place.
It's a good
doesn't
move.
think
But
right.
no.
She doesn't think right.
Yeah.
She smashes her first thought, which is when I wake up too. It's like, I want to smash.
Yeah. Same.
It means sex. Intercourse?
sex.
Well, you don't smash the other person. You have sex with them.
Yeah. These things are the same
God,
to
he's
me.
so old. Doesn't under.
Make woo. But like, so Rachel's like, I won't turn into a fly. They're too gross.
Yeah. This is gross. I will not.
So
be a
instead,
fly.
they turn into like
Roaches.
roaches. Which are wait. Would you rather turn into a fly or a cockroach?
fly. They're smaller.
Cockroach. Because we could live forever. You know?
And they do it.
They
Yeah.
live for a long time.
But for me, I would also do fly because I know a fly. Like flies land on me.
Yeah.
I look at them. Cockroaches. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, cockroach.
So they're like sneaky and they're
Immediate
thick.
yeah.
You know? They're like carvy. So I'm like, I
They're
can
meaty.
relate.
I don't want to turn into something meaty. I want to turn into a fly.
A
but
teeny.
it doesn't
And
matter.
and we contrast this morphing with the earlier morphing. With the birds, it was actually kind of poetic in how she described it. She's like, my skin became sea of capillaries and feathers, and it was beautiful. But
yeah.
this, it's like, this time the transformation started with Marco, and this started for Marco with antennae. 2 huge, long, spiky antennae shot straight out of his forehead. Spleet! For Rachel, the change began with the legs. The middle pair of legs, the ones that grew right out of her chest. Yeah! I yelled, even though I knew what to expect more or less. Still, seeing antennae come popping out of a friend's head and hairy articulated legs from your best friend's chest, well, it's gross.
There's some good onomatopoeia in here, like sploot and
Yeah.
sprout. But yeah, it's gross.
It's gross.
Essentially, they run away as roaches. It's like,
a good plan, a good default plan whenever
yeah,
they get caught.
and they make
Turn
it
around.
far.
Yeah.
Like, they get outside, they run away. I mean, it's just some basic chase scene stuff.
Yeah, and then like, well, what happens is that
They're like, hey, Tobias.
yeah,
Tobias.
Tobias, we need a ride out of here. So like, yeah, so Tobias swoops down,
Yeah.
grabs all of them for whatever. I don't get why they couldn't just crawl away. I suppose it's a long ways,
It is a long way, yeah.
right?
And
But Tobias drops Cassie.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
Cassie is like, I can't see shit. I'm a cockroach. I feel something big coming, and she gets hit by a tank.
Oh my God.
yeah.
I was
We're-
sweating when I read this.
We're going to
scene.
start calling Tobias the bad nanny because he dropped our baby Cassie.
Baby.
Yeah, but like cockroaches, they bounce. They're fine.
Like this one did. She got squished by a tank.
Yeah, but like within the treads, she just got squished into the dirt of the treads, so she's fine.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So when they morph into an animal and then something happens to them in said body, does that like relate to when they demorph?
They're healed when they get back.
Oh.
It's
Because otherwise, that'd be real gross.
part,
That's what I was saying, you know.
part of the wonderful, terrible side of these books is that these children have to live with feeling their bodies destroyed. But
Jeez.
they live with the memories, not the disabilities or the destruction of their bodies. So they're
that's-
like, I go to sleep every night remembering when I was ripped apart.
Yeah,
That's awful.
But in this book, it's just like it's fine. It's a fun book. It's not that book.
Yeah, this isn't one of those traumatic ones.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
This is just like ooh, that was weird.
Yeah.
I ran over a tank. But she scuttles away and they escape and they're back in Animorphs HQ learning nothing, really.
Yeah, they learned nothing. They saw some horses, but they were just horses. They didn't. I guess they saw the one group.
Yeah. They saw like a group of horses acting strangely.
Oh yeah, Tobias drops them off. They morph back,
Right.
And they see a group of horses acting weirdly. They see one horse walk over to another horse. They're all standing there eating, and they all raise their tail and start pooping. One horse talks to another horse.
And they start snickering?
Yeah,
Like, is that a horse
they're like,
laugh?
the horses are laughing. And then the one horse wanders behind a tree and poops by itself.
Yeah, they describe it as like this horse is looking ashamed.
Yeah. And Cassie's like,
modest horse?
yeah, Cassie's like, horses aren't ashamed. They're not modest.
Which, by the way, the freedom of just like taking a shit standing, like without being ashamed of it, that must be powerful. The power of a horse.
The power of the horse lies in lifting your tail and shitting where you
Right,
stand.
and then it just like sprays everywhere too.
Little pellets. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but like
like-
they have shit to do. They just like, they want to shit and be out with their day.
God, and they don't have to wipe. Like that's pretty dope.
Yeah, because it has
honestly.
velocity. It just kind of flies out.
And they're like little pellets. They're not like
They're not like what I
soupy
had
logs.
yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
soupy logs that fall out of us after a night of drinking in Taco Bell.
So,
like a
but
good
like
time,
they
though.
know that
yeah.
like that's enough to convince, I guess.
Yeah, Marco's like, okay, this is real. Weird.
So they need to come up with a plan.
Yeah. Their plan is they're going to morph some horses, go back, blend in, and follow those horses.
There's
But
a-
where do we get horses?
Well, there's a
Yeah.
hiccup in this plan because at first they're like, Cassie has a horse.
yeah, the one horse.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she has the one horse. And so if they show up as like identical clone horses in front of like, already kind of suspicious yerks who just blast everything, they're going to get caught.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, we need to go find some horses. Or they need the gardens.
No, they don't
No,
go to the gardens.
they
They only
don't.
have exotic horses.
Yeah.
What's an exotic horse?
Well, like a zebra?
A sexy horse?
Zebras are just exotic horses.
Yeah. I mean, would you say that? I would say that. It's funny. They tried to train zebras to be ridden when they were first discovered. They're like, oh, like these look like horses. We can train them. Zebras can never be broken. They are too wild and free.
Let me just write that one down.
So you sit on that. But yeah, so they can't go to the gardens because there's no like real horses. So I guess the only solution here is go to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, the racetrack. What was really sad was Rachel was like, yeah, my dad took me to the track last week.
God, we gotta
when
read
he-
it. The racetrack, Rachel said. They have tons of horses out there. Usually a couple dozens at least. I've gone there with my dad last weekend, in fact. That's his idea of a cool place to take his daughter on visitation day.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, obviously I added some intuition that wasn't there.
No, but
like,
it's there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Gosh,
It's like,
layers.
do you get like how are your parents like still together, Aleah?
Yes.
Nate?
No.
Mine split for a while as well.
Yeah.
This may not apply to you, Aleah, but
Yeah.
where's the weirdest place your parent ever took you that they thought was going to be fun?
Yeah, I can't think of
I know mine.
Okay, what's yours?
It was when my dad left my mom, was living in California, and I went down there to visit him and his new family.
Okay.
Didn't last. They took me to the gas station, which had one section of comic books because they knew I liked comic books. So I bought DC and Marvel, like, fighting comic books because they had Earthworm Jim on the back. And then they put me in the movie theater to see Hunchback of Notre Dame by myself so they could go do meth out in the desert.
Oh no.
And that was their idea of a cool time.
Yeah, but did you see any horses?
No.
But did you enjoy the dulcet tones of Jason Alexander?
I remember being absolutely terrified being a fucking, 11-year-old by himself in a movie. This was the first movie I saw alone.
You want to know mine?
Yes.
I'm so embarrassed. It's the second Nutty Professor with the clumps.
Meet the clumps.
Meet the Clumps was my first movie.
Hercules.
By myself. I can relate.
I was just sitting there terrified. There's all these California teenagers that were scary.
I
I didn't know where my dad was. I was thousands of miles from home.
yeah, for like daddy-daughter like weekend. He goes to the racetrack.
The races, yeah. Dad's fucking...
He's like, yeah, no, that's where you can definitely find some horses.
Yeah, which,
Yeah.
I mean, it works as a narrative device. This is probably the most fun part of the book.
Yeah, no, this is the part of the book that will probably stick with me. It's like the racetrack. Although for plan, just find a farm.
Yeah.
Like, this is an area that has larger, like, wood and pastures.
Right. And plus that Cassie lives out of the town. There's probably some horse boarding stalls.
Yeah.
If only they knew someone who could fly and spot horses from afar.
They do not, but this is not their first and last bad plan.
No, like
So,
they get to the fucking racetrack and they're like, yeah, it was a great plan, but we all forgot Axe was an Andalite. She says that.
and my thing is just, Axe, you gotta sit this one out. Sorry. Or, he turns into a human, right? Like, that's the deal.
No. He's Andalite. Like they're all in.
No, but he turns it. No, but he's like, because she was talking about how hot he is.
She does mention that.
She's like, he's so fucking hot. Like he looks like us.
It's because he's just like, has all the genders.
No, it's because he's like androgynous, multiracial, like hot.
Yeah, he's like sexy.
He's fucking hot.
like I'd fuck Axe, like for sure.
We would all fuck.
We'd all.
Oh
fuck.
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Time. It'd be
Just
real
plowing. him.
I'd let Axe fuck me. Both forms.
Hi.
Andalite human.
Tyler's a feminist.
Hashtag feminism. Hashtag fucked by Andalite.
No, so they get there.
Like it's end tight.
It took 16 episodes to get to Andatites. That pussy is Andatites. They get there. They all
They fly around. They see the horse barn, right?
yeah, they all land in one stall because they're geniuses.
Well, because there's only the one window.
Yeah, they don't see any people.
It's out of the way, and they're just like, we need to turn human to acquire these horses.
Yes. And Tobias is like, well, I have to be a bird, so I'm going to go get my horse, peace.
Yeah,
And he
take care of
pieces
my
out.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
He's self-sufficient.
He's so cool. He's so fucking cool.
I'd let him fuck me.
Oh, I would. Tobias is. We stan Tobias.
Yeah.
We love him.
Well, the thing is, like, he just had to grow up fast, so he's the most competent one because he's the only adult.
Oh, but see, he's confident. You know that dick's big. Like, he eat pussy well. I'm just saying.
You think Tobias is packing, huh?
Oh, that bird dick, please.
Birds have very small dicks.
Cloaca. He's got a nice little bird pussy.
Oh, yeah. Can I tell you the stupidest thing I've ever said about a chicken?
Yeah, please. Please do.
You asked about the chicken dick. Where's the chicken dick?
No, I was so I eat eggs and I would, like a normal person.
Oh, shots fired. Non-egg eaters.
La-di-da.
I can afford animal protein. I'm a big shot.
So I was So when I was eating an egg and I was like, "Oh, eggs are so tasty." And then this person I was like they were just like, "Did you know that like eggs are like come from the chicken's pussy?" And I was just like, "No." And I was like, "No, it comes from another hole." And he's like, "Aleah, it only has one hole." And I was like, "No, it doesn't." So I'm eating. So then I realized when I was eating baby birds, and it was coming out their asshole and pussy. I literally had no idea.
Nature's gross.
No,
it's gross.
a lot of adults don't know that. People are like, "It's a cloaca." It's like, "Oh, it's the bird's piss, shit, and fuck hole." And people are like, "Birds only have the one?" I'm like, "Yeah, only 7% of birds have penises. Don't you know anything?"
Stupid.
You have a master's degree and you're a doctor, and you don't know that birds have one hole for everything?
Go back to school, loser. Push your books down.
Oh, yeah, you're going to save my life. Fuck you non-bird knowing shit.
Yeah.
Fine.
But yeah, so I didn't know.
That's not that bad.
Okay, good.
We forgive you.
Thank you.
I don't.
Nate doesn't.
He doesn't forgive anybody.
Never forgive, never forget.
He's Old Testament God by far. They're in the stall. They all morph back. Axe is mostly Andalite. Tobias is pieced out. 2 men show up.
Because it's just like they didn't think to look.
Right. Nobody looks.
It comes like 2 barn goons.
Yeah. The barn goons.
They just come in. They're like, "Hey, what are
you doing in there, kids?
Hey, kids, y'all wearing bicycle shorts.
What the hell, kids? Why you got feathers on your clothes and face?
Hey, what's that behind you?
Hey,
Hey,
what you do with that horse?
hey, what do you do? What's behind you? Is that horse blue?
You got a blue horse over there.
Hey,
Oh, so Tone, he's got a blue horse over there.
hey, why do you have a blue horse?
It's a blue horse.
Is Is he sad?
Jesus Christ.
Like,
Is he sad horse? Is that why he's so
Like-
blue?
like they must be so stupid.
They're
to be
so
They're
dumb.
so stupid.
And Jake's response is just, all horses are going to be blue one day.
Oh my god, he's
No, it's
so
like-
stupid.
Was he going with like the we're in a cult and we painted this horse blue approach? Like what is?
In a bathroom stall.
The horse stall.
The horse stall.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like, you need to get out of there. You need to come out of that horse stall right now.
We got some questions over here.
Yeah. You kids ain't supposed to be in here.
Yeah, like one, why are you here? Two, why is that horse blue?
Hey,
Why are you all in the same stall wearing very little clothes?
what are you? Get out of here, kids. You're not allowed to do this. You need to come out right now. I need to see that horse.
And Axe is like, time to kill.
Yeah. He's like, fuck this. Fuck humans.
He pulls out his tail. Cassie yells, no.
Yeah. Hey, Axe, no, please.
And like, of course, he doesn't like chop their heads off.
No, he cuts down a log.
Yeah.
Like a hanging sign log. It drops down, lands on these guys' heads.
Yeah, probably does kill them.
Well, I mean, in real life, it kills them. In the story, not so much.
Using like movie logic, like you can knock somebody out.
Right. But when I read this, I winced because I was like, oh, those guys are dead. And it might just because recently I had a patient who had a hand injury that ended up dying right in front of me.
Yeah. It turns out if your brain shuts off for a little bit, it doesn't just come back.
Yeah. It's like, so you want me to tell you what probably happened with these guys' brains?
They probably got smushed against the front and then hit the back.
Yeah, it's coup. That's called coup contre coup, but that's
I love that word coup contre coup.
it's look it up, listeners. It's fucking horrifying. So the bleeding started on one part of the brain, probably in the dura space or subdural space, and here's what's happening to these two goons. It doesn't happen in the book, but I know what happens later because I've seen this a lot in practice. The brain pushes so far that the middle of the brain shifts, and once that shift happens, there's no fixing it.
Does it like separate the doodah?
Like you've got the two sections of your brain, and in the middle of it is all like the cerebrospinal fluid, like all the fluid that's coming through the brain. Yeah. Once it gets pushed too far, it's too destroyed to ever fix with a surgery. So their higher motor functions are gone, their frontal lobe functions are gone. Basically anything that makes them human is gone. You guys know what posturing is?
No.
Like I sometimes posture and
No, like involuntary posturing.
Oh.
There's a couple different types. The two big ones are decorticate and decerebrate, which is decorticate, your arms are like this, you're all contracted. Aleah, tell me how this looks. This is decorticate. What are my arms doing?
You're kind of putting the back of your hands together and making a claw form?
Yeah, it's like you pull your arms into your core. That's why that's how I remember it, decorticate.
Yeah.
For decerebrate, your arms are like way out. Like your body, your extremities are pushing out.
Running. You're Naruto running.
It's your brain. The pressure on your brain is pushing you into these positions you can't control. You stop being able to speak. You stop being able to think. You the pressure, it'll turn off your respiratory drive. It just kills you slowly, and you don't understand what's happening. But if it doesn't push on certain parts of your brain, you'll still just keep breathing through it in pain, having constant seizures until your brain is so deprived of oxygen, it dies.
So let me ask you this. What is the odds that these two goons will still be able to be goons?
I mean, they're so stupid, no one will probably notice something's wrong for a while. But that's probably what happened to these two.
Okay.
Hey, Tony, how come your arms are like your bird?
Blue tastes like a dream.
Listen, we all know blue tastes like blue raspberry.
This patient I had not too long ago who this happened to, I was asking him questions because I was like, hey man, you throwing up today? And he's like, of course I threw up today. Cars. And I'm like, oh, this is... doctor.
Listen, the movie Cars is pretty bad, so I get it.
Yeah. That's in tow mater.
Ew.
Anywho, so
they knock these goons out, probably murdering them.
Okay.
Right. So and then some other goons come around the corner. It's like, hey, you murdered two of our goons.
Right. And luckily the goons kind of push the log away and they're like, hey, get them! Get them kids!
Right. So they're getting chased. All the competent Animorphs get away fine.
Yeah.
Cassie gets,
Ducks into a stall.
beamed by a door.
No. So she gets beamed by a door and grabbed, and probably she gets her like emotional revenge here a little bit.
Okay.
This goon grabs her, and she's like, "Hey, I caught this boy."
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which
Triggered.
racial overtones aside, earlier, all of her body image issues were on full display. It all comes right back, and she fucking beans this boy. She kicks the guy in the face, gets away from him, getting like vengeance for being called ugly and a boy.
Right, but she got separated from the group is the big thing.
Yeah, and so she ducks into the stall. Horse starts flipping out.
Yeah, this big monster of a horse.
Yeah.
Daddy horse.
Daddy
horse.
stallion. Oh, we're gonna get into some daddy horses here in just a minute.
No, he's the Sylvester Stallone of horses.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like this horse is just like like going fucking nuts on Cassie. She's like trying to calm it down, like, and the horse isn't having it. So the only thing she can think to do is to acquire the horse to calm it down. Thing I didn't know, number 2, is that you can have 2 of the same species.
Oh.
Oh.
She now has 2 horses. Normal horse and fucking beast horse.
Yeah.
So she acquires the beast horse, gets into another stall, turns into beast horse, and then is like, blends in. Right?
She's just one of them.
Right.
You know?
And before we describe the morph and her escape, should we move on to animal facts?
Hi.
Horses.
Animal facts!
Animal facts.
Animal overtime! Animal facts! Your favorite part! So we did something very special, and this is going to be a rule going forward. If there's a guest on this show, they're doing the animal facts. So
Hi.
we delegated animal facts to Aleah.
Hi.
She's like, what can I do for this podcast? And I said, well, 1, please read the book. And 2, prepare something on horses.
Okay, I have several. So I didn't know where to go with this because I was just like, there's so many animal facts. So I'm just going to like read just a few that I found that were just like highlighted, interesting.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
What do their tongues look like?
I don't know that fact. Oh,
Like they're just normal tongues, right?
like human tongues?
Listeners, let us know if horses' tongues are normal or some kind of weird.
Here's some tea. Are you ready for some horse tea?
I'm ready for some horse tea. An Arnold Palmer, if you will.
My speech impediment's coming out. Okay. Horses can't burp.
Ooh.
Nope.
Like, what if I just like gave them a bunch of soda?
No.
Like this force fed. Wait, hold on. You can give beer to horses. So if I gave a bunch of beer to horses, they wouldn't burp. Why
You
would they
could,
burp?
yeah. Yeah, they can't. It's so.
I hate you for saying beer to my horse.
Listen, it's a well-known fact that horses love. Actually, they do love beer. I've seen pictures.
That's it. That's interesting horse fact. I did not know that.
Yeah, right. They can't vomit.
What?
They can't vomit and they
poisoned
can't
the beer.
breathe through their mouths. That's some tea right there. I guess their digestive system is a one-way track.
I mean, isn't it always though?
That's what this.
No,
that's
shit
what
comes up.
That's what sprucepets.com told me. So I. And I believe Spruce. So
Like the multiple stomachs. So so they only got the one.
they have the one.
I mean, we learned a similar thing about elephants in Thailand. It's just the one straight path.
Okay, here's a horse fact.
Horse fact.
Horse facts. With Aleah.
Horses produce approximately 10 gallons of saliva a day.
Jesus.
Why they have that
They drool, I
wham.
get. What?
wet ass mouth?
Also, the favorite thing George Michael from Wham liked to put his dick in.
Yes.
Yeah,
He should have just put it in a horse. Like, honestly, like, I'm sorry,
Why
guys.
do they produce so much saliva? Why are they so wet? Why do they got that Kennedy mouth?
Someone let us know why horses are so wet.
Okay, think about this. I'm going to paint a picture for you.
My eyes
Okay.
are closed.
Eyes are closed.
Eyes closed.
Listeners, eyes closed, please.
Please.
If you see a horse and you're like, there's like a bunch of horses, okay? And you see a horse that has a red ribbon on its tail. You see that? Do you guys see it?
I do.
Well, don't get fucking behind it because it's going to kick you.
Oh.
That's how they mark that. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so- yeah, but how did they get behind them to like tie the ribbon though?
Horses got to sleep.
Speaking of another horse fact,
Oh.
they can sleep on they can sleep like laying down or just standing up.
That's fucking weird.
That's a horse fact.
Because like if they're on their side,
They don't have collarbones either.
What?
I've done my research, guys.
are horses invertebrates? Are they just like
They do.
it's like standing up by muscle alone and have no bones?
That's pure muscle.
This is all muscle.
So we were yes,
Like I'm trying to think of we're hanging on their neck a lot, right? As
right?
In their back, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like sometimes you kind of like lean over, they put pressure on the neck. That must suck if they don't have a collarbone.
Yeah. It's just their necks are bad, guys. Think about that shit.
Poor horses.
Horse, of course, you know. Stupid. I was also talking to Tyler about this earlier. That so horses, they're herd. They like to stay in a herd because they're social beings. So then I was thinking, well, do they have their periods together? Like a lady horse
Right.
are just having their periods, like they're syncing up like their girlfriends, you know?
So horses, have periods.
Oh, yeah. Horses got pussies.
Do all? I mean, like this is a broad question. Do all pussies have periods?
Yeah, I think so. They have to.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Animals are weird.
I'm pretty sure biology works the same for mammals.
Period?
But so I have two more facts for you. One is that I'm going to save for the end. But I thought, why don't you not just like actual like horses, but what about Trojan horses? Do you guys?
It's not my favorite brand. Wait,
Nate's a lifestyle man.
Oh, wait. Is the idea is that the Trojan horse is full of sperm? Listen, don't let that Trojan horse in.
If y'all don't know what a Trojan horse is, I feel like people should know what a Trojan
they goddamn
They have-
better.
Did you guys read Greek mythology or whatever the fuck?
I learned Greek mythology.
You're calling them dumb and not knowing what you're talking about. Hey, did you hear about Rome or something?
Yeah,
Or are you
Rome,
stupid?
Greek. I don't know. Fuck, read a book, bitch. But yeah, like it's pretty. I mean, honestly, like what a shitty present. You know, like what a shitty present.
Like a giant wooden horse.
But I mean, you're just like, but then you're just gonna be murdered.
Ah, it's full of Greeks. Run.
Yeah. Is there other examples of like Trojan horses? Of like not just like the Trojan horse, but like
There was a thing America did with blankets
what?
where the blankets were covered in disease and we gave them to Native Americans. That's kind of a Trojan horse
Is
thing.
that a Trojan horse?
In this sense, I suppose smallpox are Greeks. Yes.
Greeks and smallpox. There's no difference.
Well, like the idea is you give a gift, but really it's to screw over the other person, right? It's like you,
So,
it's like
yeah.
when you give someone a puppy
Or herpes.
or herpes. Well, it's not a gift at that point.
I mean, we
It
all
is when
have.
I do it.
If you said, I'm going to give you herpes, then it's not a Trojan horse. If you
Sorry,
say,
I'm going to say, I'm going to put my raw penis inside your genitals now. Little do they know that in my ventral horn, I keep the herpes simplex virus.
So last, are you ready for this? I got this one. We've discussed this before, but I figured to discuss it on the podcast.
Okay.
So, did you guys know that there is a fortune-telling horse?
What? Wait. Wait.
I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Nate, get ready. What? So her name was Lady Wonder. I only know about this psychic horse
I know where I
because there's this beautiful show from the 90s called Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction that everybody should fucking watch. It's
Please.
mandatory.
Yeah, not the James Brolin stuff.
Don't
Don't
skip
need
it.
to do first season.
I don't know, I
Skip.
think I watch a James Brolin.
I mean, I'm going to watch them all.
Obviously.
Yeah. But Riker is...
He's the sexiest man I've ever seen in my life.
No way.
She made it up. Not this time.
But anyway, so it's basically the show is like these crazy things that happen where you're like, there's no way that that's real. And then, oh, oops, it is real. So there's this great episode about a horse that tells the future. And she's kind of like a lassie, I'd say. And so basically it helps like find people, like they find people in wells and shit. and like finds a killer, and where like where the killer put the body of like a child. It's based on a real horse.
But that's not a fortune telling. That's a horse that knows where people are in trouble.
It's a psychic horse,
Right.
A psychic horse.
Like fortune telling is like horse. Will I ever find love?
1 clomp for yes, 2 clomps for no.
It's a sham.
There's no psychic horse.
There's no psychic
No,
horse.
I didn't-
The person trained the horse to like commands, so the person already knew. I guess allegedly ahead of time. I guess it's kind of like how like what is it? Psychics aren't real and they're a sham. So it's like basically doing that.
Lady Cleo's real.
But yeah, so there's an actual psychic horse.
Lady Wonder.
I mean, I have a psychic connection to every horse I see. Every time I see a horse, I like.
What the fuck?
Also,
You can see their soul.
also,
Their aura is a burning fire.
so I want to just tell you why when you get into it, I had to look up the sexiest horse in the world.
Okay.
Oh, and also some. Yep.
Yep. So I know that like horses are like inherently very sexy. People just find.
Muscles? Do you think it's like the muscles?
Oh,
Oh,
are you
for
those
sure.
buns? Are you kidding?
Horse butt?
Horse butt, yeah.
Yeah, horse.
Totally.
Flanks.
So if y'all are wondering, listeners are wondering like what is the sexiest horse, we'll look up Frederick the Great. He is the sexiest horse.
I'm going to do a live react of Frederick the Great.
This is this is Frederick the Great. Yeah, look at
Holy shit.
so he is
Wow. It's the hair, as it turns
it's
out.
the hair.
Holy shit.
Can we talk about how fucking hot Frederick the Great is?
Whoa.
So he's a black horse with shiny black hair running in the wind, strong as
Ooh, black
an
beauty.
ox. Like he's hot. So I just figured to just let you know like what type of horse I'm into. So
Got it.
yeah.
So,
Questions. Several questions. One, would you have sex with a centaur?
I was gonna say if it was like human body.
yeah. It's got a human torso and a horse.
That's what I was like. Yeah, I guess if you, I'd do it.
I mean, that was my follow-up question. Would you have sex with the centaur? I think I would prefer... Well, which one would you prefer? Would you prefer to have sex with the centaur or the reverse centaur?
Oh, boy.
I think reverse centaur.
Yeah, same here.
Because I don't think I
I'm
could-
going to go Centaur Classic.
What? No, may I ask why?
Because I've fucked humans before.
I mean, like, the thing is, like...
This is a mythical creature, Aleah.
Yeah.
Centaurs can give consent. They're intelligent.
Exactly.
Well, shit. Hold on, wait. Reverse centaur maybe has a horse brain.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no.
like, do you consent to sex? Nay.
Horse brain, no. He just wants to eat Cheetos because he's got the human stomach.
Oh man.
No, I mean, because you'd get to, like, make out with the human part of it. Like, feel their chest, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you get to, like, lay them down.
But that big ass cock
Or thick-ass horse
or
pussy.
thick ass pussy. I'm
My
sorry.
thing is, and Tyler, I think you have a follow-up to this. It seems dangerous.
That's why I figured with the
They're
face
like-
be better.
The wild animals full of like stomping, like hard feet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason there's that I think you should leave sketch where the men feel uncomfortable because the horses' penises are so big.
Well, there's that too. But also, like, you know how many people just die getting kicked by a horse? Like, it's a strong punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's Animal Facts.
Yay.
Sorry, everybody.
So, Cassie's in the stall.
With Minneapolis Max.
Yeah,
And she-
as Minneapolis Max.
No, she's acquired him because I want to read the description. I want to read what it's like for Cassie to morph a horse. The first thing that happened was the ears. My human ears sort of crawled up the side of my head to the top. Then they sprouted. No big deal. I mean, no big deal once you're used to that kind of thing. If you weren't expecting it, your ears suddenly started crawling up the side of your head while getting long and pointy and covered with golden fur, you'd probably think it was a pretty big thing. My body began to change very quickly. My butt grew huge. I had Megabutt. My knees suddenly reversed direction with a loud, sickening, grinding noise. My calves were stretching out longer and longer. They were practically without meat, just long bones covered with golden fur. The fur rippled up across my body, up my legs, down my arms, across my back and chest. I wish I'd had time to enjoy that part because it was cool. The horse had a soft, smooth, beautiful golden coat. Then my arms started growing. The upper arms bulged with massive, bunched muscles. All the muscle was at the top. The bottom was practically just a stick. As I watched, my fingers melted together. They looked exactly as if they'd been made of wax and put in a hot oven. They just melted. Ah! I yelped. For a brief moment, I'd seen the fleshless bones of my own fingers. Not something you want to see, trust me. They were bright white. I could see my fleshless knuckles.
Hey, I heard something. Down there.
Just keep searching. No one is getting out of this, Bon. I fell forward, no longer able to stand on my legs. I fell forward just as the bare bones of my fingers melted together and hardened into hooves. Clump! My front hooves hit ground. And now the horse, the real horse, was starting to get extremely worried. He had come out of his acquiring funk. Now he's beginning to realize something very, very, very wrong was happening right there in his own stall. It's okay, boy, I started to whisper. But just as I started the word okay, my entire face exploded outward.
It's over.
My own nose just got up and left. It moved away, far away. It sprouted into a muzzle a foot long, more than a foot long. My nose grew so monstrously huge that it forced my eyes apart. It was incredible. My eyes, which had just been an inch apart, like any normal person's eyes, were spreading further and further. As they separated, I found my field of vision growing wider and wider. So yeah, this is disgusting.
It's so gross.
I don't know. I think it was kind of one of the nicer transformations.
Still horrifying.
Yeah, horrifying.
Yeah.
Definitely. I liked how they treat vision in this one because they don't really mention the losing binocular vision very much, but in this one it's just kind of like, yeah, no, I can't see in front of me anymore. I can see blurry visions.
Right. There's a tiny little area where there's visible double vision, but not much.
Yeah, because like horses really don't care about what's directly they only care about like what's directly in front of them and what's about to eat them to their sides. That's about it. Right. Which is wild if you think about it. Like, oh yeah, I can see to the sides of my head, but in front of me, who cares?
It's a horrifying transformation, and her ticket out of here. She opens the door with her mouth and wanders out into the hallway.
Correction, she opens it with a human brain. Because horses are too dumb to understand that. You can just open that latch, baby.
Just open it up, motherfucker.
And he gets out, and then she gets caught by Stable Boy.
Yeah, Cigar Man.
Cigar Man. He
And
comes
they're like-
out and he's like, Minneapolis Max, because that's the name of the horse.
Yeah.
You're missing your big game. Get in there.
Hey, you gotta go hit the winning home run for horses.
What are you doing out there? You excited? You excited to get on that race horse?
You want to have a little man on you and you want to run real fast?
Yes. I love running. Well, yeah, that's what she says. I mean,
Yeah.
she has no escape, right? Because,
Right.
if she tries to bolt, they'll catch her.
Yeah, she knows she can't get out, so they
Well,
push
and
her.
also, like, a little bit of her horse brain is saying, yeah, I kind of want to run.
Yeah,
I want to beat this jerk horse that's been
Yeah.
really egging me on.
She's like, I smell this asshole down the hall. Fuck that guy.
But like,
I want to beat him.
what I was gonna say that like she's like positive about something. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like I could do this. Before she was just really scared.
She has power and beauty now.
Yeah, she's a beautiful horse that is a winner, who's a winner, and
She puts it together. It's like, oh, this is Minneapolis Max. He's gonna win the Kentucky Derby.
exactly. And so there's the confidence, and it's like
She is now Horse Rachel. Right?
she is a horse, Rachel.
She's a horse Rachel. She has power, she has beauty, and she's going to be a champion. Everything
Oh
that
my
Rachel's
gosh.
going to be, but
Yeah.
like she doesn't normally have. She
See,
gets
this
it
is why I
through
like
more-
Cassie.
Yeah.
She's
She's more relatable, I think.
She
For
is
sure.
so relatable.
It's hard to relate to Rachel a lot because like she just lusts for, for war and not necessarily violence, but to domineer and be number one. She's competitive.
right.
Can I just say, like, it kind of reminds me of like when you finally like realize. Oh, this is gonna so sad, but like when you finally realize that you like are attractive. When you
Yeah.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely have had that thought.
That's great.
Well, when people are like complimenting you, they're like, "Oh, you're really pretty," or like, "Oh, you're really hot." I like think you're attractive because before you're like, "Oh, I'm not."
Yeah.
I've never been said that before. I've never been told that before. And then with this, that's what I feel like with Cassie, where it's just like finally she's like, "I'm number one. I feel good. I'm confident."
Yeah, like if
It's
somebody
dope.
went up to Minnesota Max,
Yeah.
Minneapolis Max?
Minneapolis Max.
Minneapolis Max and said, "You are a beautiful horse and you're going to win." Mayhaps Max believes it.
Do you
It's
see
like,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not just saying like, no, yeah, of course I'm gonna win. Of course I'm beautiful, right?
And that's such a good thing for Cassie.
Yeah,
Right,
she
and
needs to hear it. She doesn't hear it from her best friend.
I'm just saying.
She doesn't hear it from her boyfriend. Well, I guess she does hear it from her boyfriend.
But like that's a low bar.
Right.
Like, that's one of the things where it's like, yeah, okay, I got the dumbest kid in school. Cool. he will think anything is beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was so happy for her
No,
as like a
yeah.
reader. I was just like, she's got it. I was like, go
finally got it.
girl. It's great.
So
And then a tiny man crawls on her back.
Yeah.
and the next bit, Tobias is like, Cassie, I don't know if you can hear me, but I found everyone else. Are you okay? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm great. I'm a horse.
Girl, she's so happy.
And he's like, well, where are you? And she's like, look down at the gate. I'm ready to go for a run.
Oh.
Like her persona changes.
Yeah, it's the confidence. It's beautiful.
She's a confident, strong being now. And so she decides to go for a run, and she fucking smashes it.
Fucking kills it.
She wins the horse race by a couple feet, which is a lot in a horse race. Because she's a smart human.
Well, she also starts talking to the jockey, which I thought was really
Oh,
funny.
yeah, we got to mention that. The
Like,
jockey's like, whoa, slow down. And she's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't care. Little man on my back. I'm in control now.
Yeah.
You're just along for the ride. It's like, yes, talking horse.
The jockey does say, okay, talking horse. Whatever you say.
Oh, I mean, what else are you going to do? There's a strong, beautiful horse beneath your legs. Like, what are you going to, like, take control? Of course
Right.
not.
And I know that for narratively it has to be this way. Whenever they do talk to a human, they're never a yerk. But while I know that's just a simple narrative device where they could never just talk to someone and have it be a yerk, it's really also telling that the yerks have no one in the underclass. That was something I kind of put together with this. It was like, I get that the jockey's not a yerk, because if it was a yerk, the story would be over. Or when Tobias saved that guy in the woods because, it couldn't be a yerk. Whenever they talk to someone, it's never a yerk. Anyone they talk to, though, is also in the lower class. And the yerks don't go for anyone in the lower class.
Do you think the cigar man could potentially have been yerked?
Probably. I mean, they probably were at some point, but probably not anymore. Yeah. They're only after high value, important people, which the idea that there are high value, important people kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, it's whoever has the most money.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Hey, Tyler, what's your bank account? What's your power level?
It's okay, but it's not what it should be.
So I'm a better person than you.
Agreed.
Money
Worthington's law.
Yeah, it's Worthington's law.
More money equals better than.
Oh, that classism,
It's there.
It's there.
Of course I'm reading into it, but
Well, we read into it with our own lens,
Right.
Yeah, she didn't write that in, but it's but it is like, I feel, just a reality of the world.
yeah.
So there you go.
And if she had written something like, I can't believe this horse is talking to me, one of the lumpen proles. You're like, oh yeah, okay, there it is. But nope. But that's it. They win the race.
They win the big race. They show that like stupid horse who's boss.
So they run the race. There's not much here.
She's feeling good that she actually won the race. She said that was the first time she ever won anything, really.
Oh, see?
Right?
So
Which,
good.
I get that.
She's like, I never won any athletic contest.
Did
before.
you win anything?
One thing.
What?
I think I've told this story.
Like baseball thing?
No, the Dare contest, where I knew the most drug facts because my parents were drug addicts. But we also
winning? Is it?
We also did win the Little League Championship one year. We went undefeated the whole year.
Yeah.
But that was not me. I was not a good athlete. They put me in right field because I was the fattest, slowest one.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever won anything in high
really?
school. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I was.
You won a kiss from your best friend.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Where is he?
It's on your forehead. It's the golden kiss.
Ew.
It's golden. Well, I mean, it's hard if you're just not a person who's competitive. Right?
Yeah.
The thing is, maybe I could have won something if I put my mind to it and really worked on something, but I just wasn't that person.
Right. I've never been a competitive person either. Have you been competitive, Aleah?
I have won something. I won a contest, a writing contest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you want to win? Was this
I wanted to. I was just like, it's something to do. Why not? I feel like I'm a good writer, and I wrote my winning poem was it was like a Valentine's Day contest, and it was like write the most like romantic poem you could think of, and I wrote about my sexy garbage man, and it won. Yeah.
Thank
so I
you
won
for
20.
writing about me.
No, oh, you kidding me?
Was it like
sexy?
hyphen? Was he a garbage man?
He was a garbage daddy, you know.
Garbage zaddy.
Yeah, no, that was like the only thing I ever won, and I won like $25, so it's not like anything crazy, but
That's good.
I mean, I love it.
So Cassie got a win. She never gets a win. So
It's great.
It's a win. Our girl got a win.
yeah.
And so after that, they decide, okay, we've got our horses. Let's head out to Area 51, or what is it? Zone 91?
Zone 91.
Area 51.
Area 51.
Oh, Area 51.
And Marco's like, we should just all bet on horses, and whoever's the horse wins. We could make so much money. Mm-hmm. Do you think? And they're like, no, we can't do that. It's
There
not
are
right.
better schemes to make money if you can change into an animal.
Well, yeah, there are better schemes, sure. But where do you guys land on the ethics of cheating at gambling?
It depends on who I'm stealing from. If it's a high...
Like a horse track. Let's take this example. If you could rig every horse race, is it unethical to steal from them?
Yes.
Why?
Because
don't
I feel
think
like
so.
there are people that are... There's a desperation there that I feel like you're taking advantage of.
But you're not taking advantage of the other gambler's desperation. You're taking advantage of the house, and the house always wins.
Oh, if you're taking advantage of the house, then of course.
Yeah, it's like you're not taking other people's money. You're taking money from the house.
Okay, then yeah, sure. of
Yeah,
course.
no, I don't think it's. I
that's-
cheat, of
that's your
course.
house.
I kind of fell on this, like, Marco's like, no, we could just make money and win. And they're like, no, we can't do that. It's wrong. It's like, well, why is it wrong? It's not.
No,
Well, like, they're taught all stealing is wrong.
that's called life, bro.
For me, I'm just like, some stealing is wrong.
Yeah. Stealing from people lesser than you is wrong, I would say.
Yeah,
How about that?
100%.
Stealing from, say, a
but from
Hollywood
rich
video-
people, no.
Stealing
That's
from
not an
Hollywood
issue.
video is a good choice.
Stealing from rich people, stealing from your job, I think that's all good.
Oh, we've all done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
No, I was a nerd, actually.
You
Like,
didn't steal?
I didn't steal from work when I had the chance.
Man, I wish I'd stolen more from work.
Yeah. Now they
Like,
just
from Hollywood video, fuck.
now they just give it to me. If I like this computer that I get from work is mine in like a year. They just give it to me. Because like once you get like a an adult quotation marks job, they just give you shit. Because
Yeah,
they,
it's
like
money protects money and gives more money to money. And once you make enough of it, you keep getting more.
yeah, Marco, man of the people, steal from the house.
I agree. Steal from the house.
Yeah, steal. Whatever.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the. I just want to see if we all landed there. I thought we would.
a bunch of nerds in the Animorphs.
A bunch of fucking pussy nerds won't steal.
So like this is where the story kind of falls off the rails for me.
Honestly.
I mean, there's not much interesting stuff here other
Well, like
It's
the
pretty
payoff,
boring.
The payoff is the most important
Yeah.
part.
right. So here's kind of what happens for the rest of the story. Is that
They
they're-
sneak into Area 51.
Well, yeah, they're all horses, right? The whole gang turns into horses. They show up, they meet up with the other horses, right? They act like horses. The yerked horses start walking towards Area 51. They're able to walk onto the base because I
Yeah.
guess that's a normal thing that
Yeah,
they
horses can just walk onto the base.
do. They can just walk onto military. It's fine. They just walk into military bases. It's cool.
The horses start talking.
Yeah, they talk in Gallard.
Gallard, the galactic language. And Axe is translating.
Yeah, he's throwing some class trash around a little bit. He's like, oh, they must have low quality translators that
Yeah.
they're using Gallard.
These poor idiots can't afford modern technology. What a bunch of idiots.
Oh,
Fuck.
he's
Gets called
So
out by
cool.
Rachel a
He's
little bit
so
because
cool.
Rachel's kind of tired of
Yeah,
his shit.
Rachel, like, you've been stepping on my tits this whole time.
Well, like
Axe.
because here's what happened is
Yeah.
that Tobias was saying, why didn't they pick them up on radar? Why didn't they pick up these bug fighters on radar finally? And Axe is like, primitive human radar? Yeah, right.
Yeah. Andalite children could make better things in the toilet.
Right, exactly. It's pronounced toilet, by the way.
Turlet. I'm a classy dude who calls it a turlet.
And like Rachel protects her boyfriend, protects her man. He's like, no, listen here, it's fine. We're like, you got to cut this out, this trashing business.
Right.
So
They sneak onto
I
the
appreciate
base.
that. They sneak onto the base. They start like saying, all right, it's now or never, fellas. And the animal's like, wait, what? What do you mean it's now or never? And they charge.
Yeah, they charge in. They knock over some soldiers.
Right, yeah. They knock over some soldiers. They freak out a bunch of scientists, a bunch of nerds.
And then
And like these horses are just running amok on this military base. The Captain
Torelli.
Captain Torelli.
Captain Tortellini.
Captain Tortellini. He walks in. He's like, shoot these goddamn horses. Wait, no, don't shoot them. We need to protect the sensitive equipment in the space.
Yes, we cannot shoot the Gagu.
We cannot shoot this, I guess, white spherical.
Oh, I have it
orb
right here to read what
let's
it
get the
is.
definition of what this thing is, because this is what they've been hiding at Area
This
51.
is what's been called the biggest secret on the planet Earth. Bathed in the light, high on the pedestal, was something not from this planet. It was about 8 feet across. The shape was like a cube with the corners rounded off. The entire surface was covered with tubing and painted symbols. At one end was an opening, large enough for a person to walk inside. I could just barely get a glimpse of the inside. It was smooth, a lovely green in color with soft lighting. There was some sort of instrumentation on one wall. They look at that. They don't know what it is. Axe is like, well, I think I might know what that. I don't know. They have run out. That's how they describe it. A big thing.
Yeah, they get ordered out and they just obey.
Yeah,
the sergeant yells at him. He's like, "Get out, horses, get!"
Yeah, and the horses get.
Yeah,
so
they comply. They're just like, fine, because like the yerks in the horses, like they were saying, like these horses look disappointed in what they saw, right?
Yeah,
like
they could tell that the horses didn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know what it was. They start walking back. They're following the yerk horses. Yeah, they're following the yerk horses. And Axe is like, well, I guess maybe it's and then our boy lands.
Right. Then like they feel a presence.
Yes.
Like
a bug fighter starts to come from the sky.
They smell something. They smell this.
They see the fear in the other horses.
Yeah, they smell the fear. They can just like smell it through their horse nostrils.
They know.
They know.
In that bug fighter is something pure evil.
What's in there, Aleah? Do you know what's in the bug fighter?
Who is in that bug fighter? Who is our evil boy?
Is it Visser 3?
It's Visser 3.
Visser fucking 3.
Our boy is here, and he's like
V3.
V3. That's how I write it in my notes.
V3.
Yeah.
He slams down hard, blade chip on the ground.
He's like,
pops
all right,
out.
motherfuckers, what is in there? And the yerks are like, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Slice.
Yeah.
Off goes one head.
Yeah, he takes a head like that, and he's like, well, I guess we're just going to have to go with plan B. And they piece the fuck out.
Well, not quite.
Well, okay, that's not true.
No, not quite, because there's one thing that happens every time Visser 3 shows up. He's like, hey, other yerks, why are there other horses hanging around you? They're not yerk. They're what are these?
Yeah.
These aren't.
Could they be Andalite bandits?
Motherfucker! Every time. Every single time. Listen, if there's an animal that's not you, kill it.
Yeah.
All right, see this horse here? I'm gonna kill it right now.
And Cassie, in some brilliant foreshadowing and thought, does something pretty wonderful. She lifts her tail up and she makes plops. She.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, that's a brilliant move because
it works.
The best way to cut the ice is to take a shit.
And it works. And Visser 3's like, kill them. Cassie shits, and he's like, oh, I guess they are horses. But you know what? On second thought, kill them.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, that's why Visser 3 is so great. He just leaves no stone unturned, no animal unkilt.
Right.
He's just like, listen, anything can be an Andalite bandit. Just blast everything.
Yes. And so
like a Hork-Bajor comes up to Cassie. He's like, all right, gonna kill you, horse. And
they bone out. Well, no, they don't quite bone out. Cassie's like, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
She's Minneapolis fucking max. I don't need to take this shit right now. She like snarls up against him, punches that Hork-Bajor right in the face.
Yeah. Smashes his gun.
Yeah.
Steps on his throat.
Right.
And he's like, fuck this. And they take off.
Yeah. Just books it. And you can't. They try to catch up. They can't.
No.
She's a very fast horse.
She's Minneapolis fucking max.
That's right.
She's still so fucking badass, though.
She stops them from getting killed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the
Marco wouldn't
confidence,
do
y'all.
that. No, like, yeah, she's drunk on the power. It's the exact thing that she needed. She was at the lows of no self-confidence. Now only self-confidence.
Yeah.
She's turned into Rachel, loves violence, punches that thing in the face, and bones out.
Cassie's the fucking coolest.
Cassie's very cool.
Why isn't she the leader?
Well, like she's the coolest now because she has that like horse confidence. As soon as she goes back into that defeatist mind of
dumpy Cassie.
Yeah. Dumpy, like her brain is dumpy. She has a dumpy brain.
Yeah.
I don't know. They described her as kind of thick and ugly. Do you think Jake likes her because her head looks like a basketball?
Okay, but like, I just want to take that big head of yours and dunk it.
Man, I could hold you close to my chest for 4 quarters.
Hold up, like, do you think Cassie's like actually ugly? Like,
No.
Objectively,
No.
like, ugly.
No, I think that maybe she could be like getting prettier when she gets older, like an ugly duckling kind of thing.
Like, she says that the other boys see her as like stocky, but at the beginning of this book, she's still fitting in clothes from when she was a child.
So
She's short and she's slight.
yeah.
She's in that weird puberty phase where nobody looks good.
Oh my god.
I don't think she's ugly. I think she just has low self-esteem. One thing I will throw out though is that it would be nice to see some like just ugly characters show up in books that are not evil. Just like you're just kind of casually ugly.
I mean, Tobias was before he got turned.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, you're right.
They described him as like paunchy and weird looking.
Right, but he's able to mac on Rachel because he's such a cool dude.
Yeah, and confident, which that's the only reason I've ever got people to like me.
Right. It's all about that confidence, baby.
I was funny and confident, and I used my penis good.
Right.
Well, is it just like these like are these kids like normally like insecure and then they become animals and then like they become more confident?
Pretty much.
Is that
almost all of them? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say that about any teenager.
Rachel and Marco, for sure, that's their arc. But with Rachel, it's always she's strong, and now I'm stronger.
Yeah, like I don't think. Yeah, you're right. Rachel was never insecure because I think she always had like that natural talents.
Yeah. Her stories are always like, I'm wrestling with things I don't understand, but I'm going to crush them.
Her power is out of control.
So she just sees red.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of nice for being like a teen reading this and just thinking I could like become anything I want if I like put my mind to it and I'm confident and like.
Or just believe to yourself. Like,
Believe in yourself.
it's a
Yeah.
monthly.
That's why I'm saying like this book is not just about like animals
No.
and like morphing into animals. It's about like, I don't know, becoming a kid and like reliving your childhood and like thinking,
And
I don't know, it's
being
dope.
confident in yourself. It's,
Yeah,
like
it's
learning
dope.
something by being in another body.
Right.
It's like, I'm going to learn something by being in the most powerful horse in the universe.
right. I mean, we all kind of reinvent ourselves as we get older.
Yeah.
I don't have the same interest that I did at, 16, 15. I mean, I guess I have one. It's Animorphs.
Yeah, I was like, I'd never change. I like the same shit I liked when I was a kid.
But it's like you reinvent yourself all the time. You get better haircuts. You find new ways to look. You thinking, oh, I'm going to be a wallet chain guy.
See, my thing is like I feel that I hold the same values as I do as a kid, but now I have money and ability to carry out some things.
Oh, la dee da.
No, but I mean, it's more just like Tyler. As being a poor kid, all you can think about is here's all this cool shit that I would like to do
Right.
that I can't because I'm a poor kid in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right. But like now that you have more freedom and more ability, and more options to carry things out, then like I don't think my core has changed. It's just now I have the options to try that shit out to see if I actually do like it.
Right. And I can say that things don't make me as happy as I thought they would, but giving money to other people and other things I believe in does make me feel good.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
You just
what-
gotta find your morph, you know?
you got to find
My
your.
morph is tipping well.
Yeah, you just gotta do. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta. I don't know. It's just like that's why like with Cassie, this has just been like it's been a really good like eye-opening book
Yeah,
to read.
she doesn't get this out of birds.
No.
She doesn't get this out of
No.
wolves. It's about horse.
Yeah, she's truly a horse girl.
No,
100%.
Horse girls.
No ponytail.
Do we know any horse girls?
we do know a horse girl.
But hold on, let me look at the hair. Oh yeah, it's kind of. A
Oh, I don't know.
No.
No,
Aleah was a horse girl.
I was a horse girl. I had a pony.
Yeah.
I had a pony.
Did you like rent a stall?
No, like I lived in the middle of nowhere in Roseburg, and
You just had the land and.
we had the land, and like my parents were like, I was like, I want a pony, but I want a miniature pony. Like, I want a little miniature horse. And so like we got a horse. Her name was Whoopi
Why was she named Whoopi?
because she looked like Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
She had a horse face, like. Well, I was quick little horse fact.
Okay, horse fact.
Sorry.
Extended horse facts.
Addendum to our horse facts here.
Yeah.
This is okay.
So I just wanted to there's just a list of 11 celebrities that allegedly look like horses.
Is one of them in Theodore Rex?
His name is Teddy.
Hit me.
It's a dinosaur.
You two have solved this case together.
What? What? It's a dinosaur.
Did Whoopi even make the list?
No, that's the T.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so Jerry Seinfeld,
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Celine Dion.
Yeah,
Right?
like a thoroughbred, yeah.
Right?
Long horse, coltish, one might say.
This one threw me for a loop right here. Ted Danson.
Yep, I see
Really?
it.
I
For
don't
sure
see,
I do.
don't see horses.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
really
broad
don't.
face. Oh, I see it.
No, I don't
Look at this middle face and tell me you don't see Ted Danson on this Animorphs
I
cover.
see Sarah Jessica Parker, who's on the list.
Yeah, like I don't see Becker. I'm sorry.
Chelsea Clinton.
Yep,
Yeah.
for
Horse
sure.
face- horse
Those
face.
chompers. Yep.
The
Here's
worst parts of both Bill and Hillary.
Here's
Ugly and a child predator.
Oh, she is a child. Actually, no, she's not. She's in her 30s now. Dang it.
Older than us.
Time is the thing.
Hilary Swank.
Yep, see
Horse
it.
face.
I
These-
could watch her eat an apple all day.
Oh, those teeth are just out to here. Then these two kind of threw me for a loop again. Tori Spelling. I don't see it.
Interesting.
I don't see it.
Maybe.
David Schwimmer.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
For
Really?
sure.
I
Yeah.
don't see it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are allegedly just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Schwimmer,
Those
I
are
feel
some
like made
good.
his career on being kind of a weird horseman.
Yeah.
Like he's large, but he has a long face.
I heard in Band of Brothers they paid him in sugar cubes.
Yeah. I would on this list. Here's what I would put. We need to all add one person to the list. Ray Romano is a horse.
You would do that to my boy Ray.
Raymond.
Raymond.
Yeah, no, I think Ray Romano's a horse. Tyler,
Okay.
who's your horse edition?
That opinion makes me feel the big sick. Back to the story.
Yes.
They go home.
Yes.
Oh, no. We haven't told you what the Gagoo is.
Say
The
two.
Yerks are like, we don't know. Animorphs are like, we don't know. Well, Axe says, well, I know what it is.
Yeah, this secret that's been in Area 51 for like, what, 30 years, 40 years when that thing crashed?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the secret? What's the...
Aleah, what's the secret?
It's a fucking toilet.
It's an Andalite shitter.
It's a fucking Andalite poop.
So I guess what happens, yeah, like, so the dome ships, when they want to, like, dump their business, they, like, shoot out these pods onto, like, unsuspecting... Holy shit, they Dave Matthews.
The Andalites Dave Matthews to Earth.
Do you know the story, Aleah, of Dave
No.
Matthews?
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
no, I do know. No, weren't they playing? Were they playing? No, it was a bus. It was a tour bus.
It was a
right?
bus, yeah.
Yeah, it was a tour bus, and it crashed. No.
Into Me? Yeah, no.
Jesus.
Oh, there it is. But didn't something happen where they're like the bus stopped or something where they're like the shitter went everywhere, like their poop went everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, yes.
Got it.
Right?
So the bus stopped. They needed to empty their shitter, so they decided to do it over a bridge. They did it over a bridge down onto a boat full of people.
That's what it was. I knew there was a boat
family.
of people.
Yeah, a family.
With kids, elderly.
That is really
everybody
funny.
Covered in David Matthews shit.
You should be honored that you are blessed with Dave Matthews shit on you.
Do you know who he is? He's a fucking legend. He's
You-
iconic.
He eats too much. I hate Dave Matthews so much. I hate him. I want to strangle his music in a bathtub.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm going to say something really offensive, and I'm so sorry.
Please do.
Yeah.
I feel like Mike O'Neill looks like he likes Dave Matthews.
I could see that.
Is that you see?
Yeah.
It's the cargo shorts.
Dave Matthews is someone who probably once every 6 years, I fire him up on the Apple Music and I'm like, all right, let's hear one Dave Matthews
Yeah.
song. And 30 seconds into it, I get so pissed off, I turn off. I hate Dave Matthews.
I just think it's just so funny that like that acts as just like, LOL, that's a poop. That's a toilet.
It's legitimately funny.
It's
so funny.
Did either of you see that coming? Because I didn't
No,
remember it.
never. No.
There was a part where I was thinking, oh, maybe it's the time egg from another one of the stories.
Yeah, I thought it was the time egg too. I thought like, oh, this is a big story. No, it's just
It's a toilet.
It's a toilet.
Yeah.
Which, that's fucking great. Because let's look at the most famous young adult author, J.K. Rowling.
Okay.
Piece of shit.
She's a piece of shit.
How did the wizard shit in the books? Did they ever explain it?
See, like, okay, here's my honest answer. I thought that there was a big scenes with like bathrooms where they would go to a bathroom and like talk to a ghost lady.
Yeah, they do go to the bathroom
Yeah.
and talk to a ghost lady.
So they shit in a toilet.
Right. What has J.K. Rowling said since then, though?
She's like, no, they do not. They shit into toilets now. That was new. What they used to do was just shit on the floor and then blast it with magic.
Yep.
What?
That-
Like that? That's how they get rid of the poop?
Yeah. She has gone on record saying, oh, the Muggles added plumbing to Hogwarts. Wizards used to just poop and then magic it away. Which, did they poop on the floor or did they poop their pants? And which way did they do it? K.A. Applegate's like, this is an Andalite shitter. This is how they do it.
Yeah.
They walk into it.
Oh my god. Well, J.K. Rowling sucks.
And it's all grass too. It's not gonna be great.
Yeah,
looking.
it's like, you ever field dressed in elk? I know the answer for both of you. I've had to
What?
gut deer.
How dare you?
I've got deer. I've got elk. You cut their stomach open. You pull out like their abdomen, all their guts. The stomach comes open. It's just grass.
Really interesting.
Yeah, but like they step on the grass though, so it's just only nutrients. So I imagine it's just like liquid,
Oh,
dark
do you
liquid.
think Andalite shit soup? Just
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
just
I
soup
wonder
coming
what
right
it.
out their ass.
Did they explain? Did they say what it looks like? I mean, as in like what color the shit is? Is there
no,
shit in
they
it?
just said they described this thing as like a nice green.
They haven't even seen the shit. Like I think it's one of those things where they can't break it open, and they're like desperately trying. They're
Would-
like, you know,
yeah.
Wouldn't that be so funny if they open it and there's just like all this like just like poop everywhere?
That's why it's such a good twist, because it's like, if the humans ever figure out how to open it, it's just a bunch of turds rolling out.
Does it smell? It's like, there's so many options to it.
And
I
they're
wonder
like-
what their poop would smell like.
yeah, probably
know?
like how old this poop is. Probably not
How-
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably fermented at this point. It's probably
Great fucking twist. Like, they take a stupid no plot book and add this just wonderful twist.
It's so
That's
good.
so good.
It's so good.
Even their like boring non-plot advancing books, really fucking good.
yeah. So let's actually talk about that, because like here's kind of like the pace of the rest of the story. The big mystery has been solved. Here's the Area 51. They've turned into horses. They don't need to be horses anymore. This is
No.
the last we see of horses.
Yep.
Right. And Cassie just kind of goes home.
Yeah, they all just go home.
They just go
Yeah.
home, get chewed out by our parents in kind of a delightful scene, which I thought. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'll read a bit
God.
from that. Yeah,
That is the-
that's
because I was talking to Aleah about this in the car. I think that scene exemplifies who Cassie is in a distilled good way more than any other part
I
of this
think
book.
Cassie just has good parents. She has actually the most stable parents of the entire.
Agreed. And
Animorphs.
no, so Cassie comes home. Parents are like, "What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck were you?"
No, hold on, wait.
No, they weren't. They were sitting there looking at her.
Cassie's dad would never say an F word ever. He's too good of a dad. He would he was disappointed. The mom
was angry, and Cassie describes her mom like this. My mom isn't a real big person until she's mad. Then she somehow gets larger. She seems to rise up and tower over me. It's weird. I mean, normally she's maybe 2 inches taller than me, but right then she was at least 8 feet tall.
We were very worried.
My father said in his soft, quiet voice. I sighed. I could feel the guilt welling up inside me. I hate it when they say they've been worried. See, I understand about worry now. I feel worry all the time for Rachel and Jake and the others. Sometimes I lie in bed at night and worry for the whole human race. I mean, that's...
But you've been in situations before where your friends or family where they're just like, they're so disappointed in you, and you just like, You know, when they're just like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
And they're legitimately disappointed. They're not running the line. They're like, I'm actually kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
Right.
when they like lower their voice a little bit, and that's where like the 8 feet tall thing comes in, where you're just like, God damn, I fucked up.
Well, it's not like they're growing. It's you're shrinking.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't know. And I don't know. I thought that was it was great.
It's a peek into Cassie. Like she's empathetic and caring to a point where even when she knows she wasn't doing anything wrong, she still feels guilty for it.
That's her punishment. Is that if you want to get one over Cassie, you don't get mad at her. You get disappointed in her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You get mad at Rachel. Like you butt head with Rachel because she's not gonna. I guess no. I mean, Rachel would feel guilt too. It's just like different personalities.
Right. And so Cassie like sulks away because she's sad.
Yeah.
So good on Cassie.
And she goes upstairs. That's when she realizes, oh, Visser 3 is going to attack at the gardens. I saw that flyer.
I don't know how she got there.
I really don't.
Like, I'm just like, okay,
They were
you
like
saw a
20
poster.
pages short, and they're like, oh, we need one more scene.
Yeah, they needed to have one more little heist. So we're going to have a little heist.
I mean, the
everybody.
book up to this point would have been great. That would have been a great ending.
If they would have ended it, I would have been fine.
I think the conclusion of Alien Toilet was a strong one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But they needed a little bit more.
Yeah, they needed action, I
But
guess.
like, I feel like this should have happened before.
I
the
100%
infiltration.
agree.
Or maybe like maybe pad out the horse track a bit more. But like, I think that was just weak enough that they just didn't know what to do with it.
It feels like an anthology kind of thing, you know, where they're just different stories, and then she just put it all together into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You know?
totally that.
She got lost. I think she had a premise of I need a horse book.
Yeah.
Where do you find horses? You find them at a racetrack.
And I mean,
It's like there wasn't a story there, but she made one.
is
Yeah.
there much of a story in the rest of this book?
No.
Well, we can summarize it.
They
Summarize it, please.
Cassie's like, we need to go to the gardens because Visser 3 is going to attack and infest some of these high-level military people.
to like destroy the proof of aliens.
Yeah.
Because if there's proof of aliens, there'll be proof of Yerks.
Right.
It's a bit weak.
It's thin as fuck.
And Cassie knows this by seeing the poster of the garden sign-up party sheet when they were at the base.
Yeah.
It said show up at like 1800.
Yeah. 1900.
1900.
What time is 1900, y'all?
It was 12 hour. What is it? Isn't it?
It's 7 o'clock.
It's 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I only know
Nope.
that because my job's all military time. I still hate it every time.
I mean, like most non-American countries use military time.
Well, yeah, they're smarter than us. It's fine.
Yeah.
Too bad we can't go there.
I'm only going to use Greenwich Greenwich time.
Greenwich Mean Time, yeah.
Yeah, Greenwich Mean Time. I'm only going to use Greenwich Mean Time from here on out.
When's dinner? A few whippings passed.
Yeah.
So they go to the gardens, but Cassie realizes she's dumb and didn't know military time, and they're late.
Marco dunks on her thoroughly for not
Yeah.
knowing military time.
Stupid.
Because of course Marco knows military
Of course
time.
he does. He thinks he's cool, but he's not.
Yeah.
So they put it together that the Yerks are either going to attack in the log ride or the House of Horrors, because both of those places have dark areas where you can grab people and turn them into Yerks.
Yeah.
Okay, Logic. I think
It's
that
fine,
makes sense,
Yeah. That's
So
right.
Cassie, Jake, and Marco go on the log ride. They're yucking it up in the back because they're dumb kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Captain Tortellini's like, "Hey, you dumb kids! I know you."
They get a log ride. It's a 4-person log ride.
Uh-huh.
And in the third seat sits Captain Tortellini. He's just like what quinkadink.
So they jump out of the log ride into the water, get smashed and beat the fuck up.
Well, okay, hold on, wait. Roll it back. So
Why?
They go through the log ride. They
Yeah.
go into the big splash zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess at the end of the splash zone, there's a tunnel of love, which is where they think the Yerks are going to get them. And there's a little thing here, which is, I thought was kind of funny, that Cassie was jealous that Jake knew that the tunnel of love was a tunnel of love.
Yeah.
That's why I highlighted it, because I was like, how does
Yeah.
Jake know about the tunnel of love?
I was on the opposite end. It's fine. It's just like, oh, this is a tunnel of love. It's just a thing you know.
No.
It's not like he's going to meet.
It
No,
felt
this
like
is
he was
totally-
going. It felt like he was going there all the time.
Right, that is
No.
totally the thought of an insecure girl or
Hi,
boy.
I'm here.
Where it
Like
was like, how did they know? Have they been to the Tunnel of Love before? Who did they go with?
That's what I was thinking.
I thought that.
Here's what I was thinking is that I love cool log rides, and if I have to go through a tunnel of love to get through it, then I will. And like, just because you go through a tunnel of love doesn't mean that you're macking on girls all the time.
Nate's got a year past the solo tunnel of love.
I just love tunnels. Big tunnel head over here.
No, I 100%. I'm so glad that you're on the same page because I definitely thought that it was like I was Cassie, and I was
you
like,
think Jake was like moving around?
I totally got that too. That's why that thought was there. That
Yep.
is a very subtle, very good nod to the insecurity of young love.
Exactly.
I mean, like, if I know about Make Out Point, that doesn't mean I'm always going there with random women. That just means I know about Make Out Point. Look, there it is.
Have you ever taken someone to a place you've been with an ex?
Yes.
Did you tell them, oh, I used to go here with my ex?
And no.
So if
no.
if you went to like a romantic place where you'd be like, they say, oh, where should we go? And you say, oh, I know this really romantic restaurant.
Yeah, I know a spot.
Then it's not crazy for that person to think, why does he know about this romantic spot?
Exactly.
Does he just take everyone here?
Exactly. Like there's no effort.
I just don't have that brain. I guess I've never been in that position.
Aleah and I have very insecure brains.
I have very simple, smooth brains where it's just like, yeah, this restaurant's good. And it also has like really nice lighting and good cocktails for good conversations.
Oh, God,
Nope.
It's so sad to be an insecure person.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks so bad. I mean, I'm always confident.
My dick's big.
Mine is not
My
confidence.
pussy's tight,
Mine
I swear.
mine is not confidence. It's just straight smooth brain. It's just like, I like a place.
No, it's like I've gone to pumpkin patches with a bunch of girls, but I always have to say, no, I've never done this.
You shut up, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
I rarely give Jake the benefit of the doubt, but I just think that he knows roller coaster rides. He knows rides. He's a man who loves rides.
So, question: so this Gardens place? Do these kids go there all the time, or is this like?
Yeah, Cassie's mom works there too as a vet.
Okay, so then I don't understand why Cassie's never heard of this place.
I think Cassie has, but she's upset that Jake does.
Yeah, she knows that. She's like, well, I was thinking she had never gone through that with Jake, so.
Oh my God, rolling my
the
eyes.
drama.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much teen drama.
Jake is not worth it.
No.
Jake's not worth this jealousy. So the chapter ends and she's like, I believe in luck. I think that I'm due a win. I'm feeling confident for the first time in my life. I need to get out of this boat and step confidently onto the platform where the Yerks are hiding.
Mm-hmm.
So she steps confidently off the boat, lands on her face in the water, splashes around, yelling, ah!
Never trust anything to luck, is what she says.
And I was picturing, like, silence. She just, like, gets up slowly from this boat and just walks off. And everyone's just, like, looking at her. Why are you doing this?
No, they go down the slip and slide.
Yeah, they tumble down the rest of the ride and they escape Tortellini. I'm like, all right, plan B. We got it. They're at the haunted house.
Yeah, they go to the haunted house. They're
House of
riding.
Horrors.
They're riding in the haunted house.
They get in the line for the haunted house, and like again, it's a 4-person ride. So the 3, Marco, Jake, and Cassie get into the ride, and then this 4th guy, my favorite new character,
Airman Jones.
Airman Jones. He just loves being in haunted houses alone with kids.
He's like, man, this rules.
Well, here's what he says. He's like, sure it isn't too scary for you kids here in this here haunted house? No, sir. We're pretty good at handling scary stuff. Right? Like he's just like chatting up these like kids while he's riding a haunted house alone.
Airman Jones.
What's up with Airman Jones? What's he doing?
Probably hitting a wife.
I mean, statistically, yes. But this is my thing. As someone who has ridden a haunted house alone.
Oh no. That's so sad.
This is sadder than the dad talk.
Yeah.
Wait, no, Tyler, you saw me ride the haunted house alone. I remember.
It's worse.
Hey, remember this embarrassing thing you saw me do? Admit it.
Was this at the fairground?
Yeah.
No.
This is not embarrassing because here's what I said. Tyler, I have these tickets left. Nobody else had tickets left. I'm going to go ride that haunted house.
He went alone.
There was no line. I want to get rid of these tickets.
And the thing about it was the haunted house was very warm.
It was very warm and hilarious.
Oh.
It was really funny.
I would love to ride a haunted house, like a haunted house ride.
Oh, it's
Go,
so funny.
woo.
It's just a dark room, and then red lights turn on. They're like, bah.
Yeah, I know, like an owl comes out like, whoo. I'm like, okay, cool. Cool, it's an owl.
This is great. Thanks.
And well, that's what they do. They go to the haunted house. They see an owl,
A spooky skeleton.
a spooky skeleton, and they see some like big monster. They see a grizzly bear.
Well, first they see the two Hork-Bajir and Visser 3.
Right. So they see two scary monsters. Like, those are Hork-Bajir.
For as stupid as this part was, I really liked the idea of the two Hork-Bajir and Visser 3 standing completely still.
Yeah, they, like,
That would be
the talk-
terrifying.
The talk beforehand of like, all right, listen, guys, here's our plan. I want you to be very still and in a scary pose because these humans, they come in here to be scared. I don't know what the deal is. Just stand very still, and then we'll grab them. We'll snatch them out of their dumb cart.
And so they're standing there looking spooky, in the greatest way to hide from anyone ever is to pretend to be a statue.
Right. Well, that's
pretty smart of them, honestly.
it works.
You know
It
what I'm
works,
saying?
yeah.
It's pretty fucking smart.
Yeah. And directly across from them is a grizzly bear with a red-tailed hawk on its shoulder and a rattlesnake around its arm.
Which is horrifying.
Horrifying and cool. I was like,
Yeah.
this is actually cool looking. Like, the image I'm creating in my head is cool.
You know that they found a dead person in a haunted house, right?
Urban
Like,
legend, y'all.
Right. Like there was an actual like mummified person in a haunted house.
It's not true. We made it up.
It's false.
I was literally going to say that was an episode of Beyond Belief.
But no, that one is true though.
Not
Yep.
this time.
Pure fiction. It's a made-up tale.
Doesn't
I
matter.
can't stop quoting it.
I feel so defeated. He's so powerful. Jonathan Frakes has has a strong no.
Yeah, I say that, I quote that at work all this time, and they're like a coworker asked me, it's like, Tyler, you had any interesting cases this week? And I wanted to talk about one, but I just went, not this time.
Pure fiction.
Pure fiction. I say that a lot.
No way. We got you. Not a chance.
Oh, but he says it with he's so sexy when he says it.
Agreed.
This is
just
from the mind of our writers. We made it up.
You better be adding fucking clips of that in.
Of course.
Do you like to wash your dog? Have you ever driven on a back road in the summer?
Remember the haunted milk can? What the fuck?
The haunted milk can was amazing.
We should stop podcasting and watch only those.
Oh, man.
Okay, so, moving on. So
Yes.
There's the tableau. Then the fight breaks out.
right, because there's no sense hiding it now. They're
No.
about to be Yerk Brain, so she yells out to hey, get him.
Yeah. Watch out, Mr. Tortellini. They're coming for you.
Right, and so Rachel and Tobias and Axe
Attack.
Axe and Snake, which I appreciate.
The accent snake was that's a much needed change for just Andalite violence.
Well, because he can't just be an Andalite.
No.
Because there are people around. They'll know.
And I love that he jumps and bites a Hork-Bajir's neck. Cassie turns into a wolf. Japes turns into the tiger. Marco into the gorilla.
Mayhem.
And they just start fucking doing violence.
Right. It turns
When
into that
animals attack, honestly.
Yeah. Like in Hanna-Barbera cartoons where they fight and they turn into a cloud and there's arms coming out.
Yes.
Except
Right.
it's
Yes.
Hork-Bajir arms, guts. A soldier gets his hands cut off by
Yeah,
a Hork-Bajir.
Yeah. No, hands come flying out of the cloud.
It's
And
no.
they tumble out of the haunted house and into this weird
parade. Yeah, they stumble in the parade. People are clapping.
Right, it's that dog is attacking that guy in a costume.
And the one image that really struck with me is the writers have said that they wanted to make Marco bi, but they couldn't ever explicitly say
Wait,
it.
really?
Yeah. They've said that Marco was bi.
He's pansexual. He loves everything.
Yeah, agreed. And they had always said there was kind of a flirtation between Marco and Axe. And when Marco comes out wearing Axe as a necklace, I'm like, there it is.
There's so many good scenes in this fight. Scene number one that I really appreciate in this fight. Visser 3, a cartoon Bugs Bunny comes coming out. And
Yeah.
Visser 3 is just get this creature out of my way, cuts Bugs Bunny's heads off, and there's just a scared dude underneath. He's like, what the fuck are these? Humans are weird.
What the fuck is this?
Like, what are humans doing? There's like a creature instead of a creature. I don't get it.
I just love a teen just being a teen in a Daffy Duck costume.
Yeah,
He's just like, whoa, bro, what's up? Like,
Hey, stop it.
Yeah. Thing number 2 that really stuck in my brain was that, Marco
Whipping the snake.
was wearing axe, and then he's just like using axe as a snake whip to like whip a Hork-Bajir. The snake bites, and then he whips him back. I'm like, hey, that sucks for axe. That must really hurt.
Yeah, but it's a cool image.
But like, it's honestly, it's the coolest image in the universe. Like there was a debate of like, should we add this? Is this a bit too cartoony?
No.
And they were like, no.
Let's just go for it.
Yeah, Kay Applegate was just like, no, this needs to be in here.
And Visser 3 escapes. They save Captain Tortellini.
Right.
They get away. Pretty much.
Captain Tortellini, like, he just books it. He's just like, out of fear, he just runs.
Yeah.
You know, like, they get into a bug ship that they parked on top of the alien ride.
Uh-huh.
All this is very thin.
Yeah,
it's thin.
If we're flying through it, it's because it sucks and it's not good.
They're good scenes.
I will say that my favorite scene in that part was what was it? Cassie is a wolf, and those like fucking white trash kids are just petting the wolf. And they're just like,
Like, come here, wolf.
come here, wolf, and
You're a
petting
good
an
doggy.
actual wolf. And I'm like, and Cassie's just like, I just want to get the fuck out. I want to get out of here.
Think about the crowd too. Like, they're all watching like actual like
Aliens,
animals
yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
And they're clapping like a bunch of slack-jawed yokels, you know, because like, what the fuck are they like? Of course, like, this isn't a show, you idiots. Like, there's blood, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a funny image.
Everybody in this book got like hit in the head real hard.
God.
Yeah.
They had the both coup and contra coup right before this book
Yes,
happened.
they did.
Because like, man, it's just everyone's so stupid. Anyways, the bug. Like, they get into the bug ship that they parked on top of Space Mountain, and they fly the fuck out. And that's the end of Visser 3 for now.
Yeah.
He's away from this book.
And it cuts to the next chapter. It's like, oh, the newspaper said that some hooligans dressed up as monsters and vandalized the place. Everything's fine.
Wow.
It's an alien cover-up. So,
Yeah.
like, I think that Captain Tortellini was spooked enough that he's just like, don't talk about it. They do an interview with him where he's like, it was those dang teenagers.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
And they're like, oh, yeah, looks like everything's going to be fine. And then Marco's like, well, hey, why don't we go bet on some horses, the racetrack? And the book ends with this sentence. And that's when I dumped a bucket of water on Marco's head and we all went home.
Man, that's what happened to the end of this book. It's got a big bucket of water dumped on it.
Dumped right there.
So,
Yes.
what do we think about The Unknown?
I loved most of it.
I loved all of it except for the end. I didn't like the end.
Like, the ending action was boring.
So boring.
Like, a couple good images. Like, definitely the Bugs Bunny losing its head.
Yeah, that was good. The gorilla snake whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it could have ended with Cassie just going home.
100%.
But that's not what this book is. Like, for me, like, this book is Nickelodeon episode. I just want to zip through it and have a good time, and I did.
And honestly, yeah, this was mostly a fluff book, but I thought the point Aleah made about how Rachel's a cunt this whole book,
the biggest cunt.
I saw the book in a new light, and I was like, fuck, this hits different for girls.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I do. Mm-hmm. I like the Cassie books because they're always been, like, pretty light, except for one. One scene, but like mostly they're about like caring and nurturing and just whales and fun times.
Yeah, it's about we're watching the slow corruption of innocence in Cassie, I think.
Yeah.
Not in this one though. I think
Not in this one.
This one's a recovery of
yeah,
like,
this one is her growing some confidence as a horse.
That's what I'm saying. It's a beautiful story about confidence.
It's
It
the
is.
San
You know?
Junipero of the other Black
Oh my
Mirrors.
God! It's so yes.
right. Like
Okay.
it's the good. This is a good one where good things happen to everybody. Everybody's a winner.
There's nothing crushing in this. We get 3 separate shit jokes. Like this whole book, I was
Yeah.
like, why do they keep mentioning pooping? And then it's like, oh, because the whole central piece is a toilet.
Yeah.
because this is
That's
the
good
fun,
writing,
This is
though.
the fun book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
This
we
is
go
a-
to the fair.
It's so, it's so good.
Yeah. Well, that's 14. The unknown.
So what was the unknown?
What the toilet? It was, the unknown was the toilet.
I love it. Oh man.
I wish they would have changed maybe the cover art. I know that she becomes a horse, but I feel like it's not just about the horse.
Yeah, but like it draws your attention.
I can't stop looking at that middle one. I really
The
can't.
David Schwimmer.
Yes.
What is it that David Manley
Oh,
said? Like, book covers are there to like sell books, and that draws your attention. And like honestly, if you as a little boy, I don't think you're gonna reach out for the Cassie book first instinct.
That's what I was just gonna say.
sure.
This was definitely targeted towards females for sure. I think so.
Females.
For ladies.
Women with a Y or X.
Yeah. Yes. This is like targeted towards like girls for sure.
This is definitely in the Lisa Frank area of things,
100.
right?
Yeah.
But it's still interesting as an adult.
Oh yeah.
It's fun.
And honestly, as an adult, there's one really memorable Cassie story coming up, and it's a Cassie book. It's like one of her stories sticks out more than almost all the other ones, and it's like, what is it, 19? It's coming up.
Yeah, because I think that you need contrast, right? Because
Yeah.
if it's all war is bad all the time, then you get burnt out on it and nothing seems special, right?
Sometimes it's nice to have like a throwaway episode.
Yeah, where like a horse uses a phone and like
the gag is a toilet.
Yeah, they go on a weird ET adventure on a military base and like
And Crazy Helen was there.
yeah, like that's all
Miss
good
her.
stuff. I love it.
Wow. Now that I'm seeing Crazy Helen is just a plot device to neg Cassie.
Just. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Interesting. Good shit.
Yeah.
Good. Well done, Animorphs.
Great job.
What do y'all think? Aleah, what do you think about being on a podcast?
I loved it. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I had such a good time.
Anything you want to plug? Your butt.
My butt.
That joke sucks. Get it out of here. Cut it.
I can speak to Aleah's brow plucking ability. She did my brows
I'm an
today.
esthetician,
I
so
was
if you
gonna
want
say,
some
your
dope-ass brows.
Your brows are looking mighty fine.
You see what I'm saying? They look really
I've
good.
never had my brows done.
If you're in the Portland
Didn't hurt.
area, like DM the podcast. We know someone who.
Oh yeah, if you're in Portland, DM us. We'll just hang out.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's that,
Like
but
honestly,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
if you're anywhere, hell, Southern Washington. Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Wow, yeah. Either Northern Oregon or Southern Washington.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do have there's like the mystery box where I like do like storytelling. So
Oh yeah,
I
definitely
do.
look her up on. Can they find you as like the mystery box Aleah?
Yeah.
'Cause it's Aleah. This is how you
you
spell her
can watch
first name.
me talk about me getting plowed by dudes. So it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
They're very funny and very good stories.
But yeah.
You can find her on Instagram at pretty.
I'm pretty cool dudette with a KEWL.
And she, like I said, she put together this really funny Instagram TV show. So
Yeah.
go watch those. I'll link some on the
Yeah.
podcast page. It's fine.
But thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Anybody have any final thoughts?
Well, maybe not. I feel like once you get deep enough in the body, pain changes.
Yeah. yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's not good. What do we have to plug, Nate? Anything? I guess the
Oh, we have
Twitter.
our show coming up. The big public show. Everyone's invited.
Oh yeah, we're doing a live show.
Live show.
Nate and I are gonna masturbate in an alley together.
No,
Animorphs.
Yeah, we'll be at the Helium Club. It's packed.
Here's what I'll say in terms of live shows. I'm gonna find that balloon guy and I'm gonna fuck his shit up.
Oh yeah, let's call out some villains of the pod.
Yeah, balloon guy in Portland. It's on site.
Yeah, we rate dogs. Also, villain of the
Villain of the pod. J.K. Rowling. Fuck you.
Bitch.
Villain of the pod.
Who else we got?
Pod Save America.
Oh, fuck those guys.
Yeah, villain of the pod.
Oh, I guess I'm just gonna vote my way out of everything.
The state of North Korea.
Yeah.
Juche my ass, motherfucker.
That's
And that's Animorphin time, everybody.
That's Animorphin time. That's Nate. I'm Tyler. There's Leah now.
Bye.
My little pony, isn't the world a lovely place? My little pony, everywhere you go, a smiling face. Running and skipping, never tripping, watching the morning unfold. My little pony, what does the future hold? Starring Sandy Duncan.